for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is a gorgeous day in the Keystone State. Bragging rights for the state of Pennsylvania on the line. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. Steelers coming here 2-0. Eagles come off a wrenching loss on Monday night against Dallas. Emotionally, Phil, how do you think they'll be?
That's the big question, Jim. You said it, wrenching loss. It's a physical game, emotional, against a hated rival, the Dallas Cowboys. How do you recover physically? You think you can take care of that, but it's the mental approach. Can you recover from that? That's what we want to see in this game today against one of the AFC's best.
And this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. The Eagles have won the toss. They want the football. It was a wild one down in Dallas. And the Eagles will receive the kick from Jeff Reed. Quentin Timps, the returner. And we're underway in Philadelphia. It's Timps, 2 yards deep, and a hole up the middle. He finds it and takes it out to the 36. Ike Taylor on the hit. Donovan McNabb, 4 touchdown passes, no picks. Quite a start to the season for McNabb. His line up front, Thomas, Harrimans, and Jackson, who missed practice all week. The receivers are interchangeable, but that rookie is something special, as Deshaun Jackson's been over 100 yards in his first 2 games. They start from the 36. Open. It's basket. We're about 9. The Pittsburgh defense coming off of wins against Houston and Cleveland. Smith, Hampton, Kirschke up front. Kiesel is out today. The linebackers, really, there are 5 for 4 spots, with Lawrence Timmons added to the mix. In the secondary, Taylor on one side, McFadden in for Deshae Townsend on the other. Townsend not starting. He's out today. Reggie Brown in the lineup at receiver, and McNabb will dump it over. And a nice gain to Tony Hunt. Let's get a little Phil Simms philosophy when the Eagles have the football.
Well, when they have the foot, Jim, we're already seeing it. Tempo, be fast. That's the way Donovan McNabb likes to play. Keep it moving. For the Pittsburgh defense, they made a point to saying we got to make sure we rush Donovan McNabb smart. And that means don't let him move up in the pocket, then scramble around. If he does that, he's a quarterback that keeps his eyes up the field, and that means big passing plays if you let him move around too much.
Takes just 2 plays to advance the football to the Pittsburgh side. And going again, hits basket on the slant.
Well, Andy Reid, we talked to him on Friday, and I went over all these scenarios. Can you get over the Dallas loss? And he said, look, there are no moral victories. Keep telling my team that, and we're going to see if we're tough enough. Are we mentally tough enough? And are my veterans tough enough to fight our way through this and get going? It's a really good start, started by their special team return to start the game out today.
2 receivers to the left. A 2nd down and 3 from the 41. Now a running play for the first time with Westbrook, and he's close to that yardage needed for the first. Mike Tomlin in his 2nd year directing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and starting to see this really becoming what he wanted it to be, evolving as a Tomlin team.
Yeah, evolving. Now we're having some fun because they're getting continuity. The players know what he wants, and he's understanding them more and more as time goes on. And the biggest thing is he realizes his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, it's about him, and they're building around him, and it's worked very well the first 2 weeks.
3rd and a half yard, and they squeeze it through for the first with Westbrook. Gains 3, only needed a yard. And Brian Westbrook, when you talk to the Steelers, in fact, Mike Tomlin says, we're talking about Marshall Faulk, basically. The modern-day version of Marshall Faulk.
Very good analogy. Very good runner, gets outside. The Eagles do a tremendous job of using him in the run game and pass game. They get him on the edge. He's good enough to be a wide receiver, and he's tough enough to be an inside and outside runner.
Another first down for the Eagles. Get up the middle. Westbrook met quickly. And it was Aaron Smith and Casey Hampton.
You know, Jim, too, as you look at Brian Westbrook, he's so valuable to the football team, and Andy Reid just really puts almost, it seems like, his offense on Donovan McNabb and Brian Westbrook. Can these two get it done? We were talking last night, he's become a much more of a household name, and I hate to say this, but because of fantasy football, because he's such a great producer in that game, I guess.
You just hate that fantasy football.
No, I don't hate it. No, it's good.
Second down play, and from the pocket, McNabb swings it over. Intended for Hunt, who already has one catch on this opening drive. There is a flag.
72, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's still second down.
So they got Trey Thomas on the hold.
And as I watch this Eagle team, there's so many things. We talked about just overcoming the big Monday night game, and it is. I'm an ex-player, so I understand coming over it or overcoming it, and the offensive line, what they went through this week, trying to get ready, and it's been a tough situation. Jamal Jackson, the center.
And Jamal Jackson's brother, tragically killed last week in a car accident down in Florida. Absent from practice. Second down play for the Eagles, and McNabb with all kinds of protection has to go to the second option, and it's Hunt for just a short gain, and he is tossed down by James Harrison. That was Carell Buckholter actually with the catch, and Harrison, that was some aggressive takedown. And then you see Jamal Jackson. Last Sunday, his brother was killed, hit by a drunk driver, in fact. The services were yesterday in Florida. He missed practice all week. Trey Thomas and Todd Harrimans, the left guard, left tackle, came down for the services. They gave him a 3-hour, if you will, tutorial this morning and game plan session to get him ready for this game.
Well, modern technology really helped them. They sent him game plans down through the computer, so he was able to keep up during the week.
The third down play, and McNabb, what a throw. It's caught at the 25-yard line for the first down. That's Jason Avant snagging it. Picks up 19 on 3rd and 17.
You got to be a quarterback. You got to be able to take, anticipate, and receivers have to know that they're going to run into zones and maybe take a hit. What a catch. Avant going up, pulling it out of the air with defenders all around him. And the Eagles, for so many years, the wide receivers, McNabb needs them. I think this year they've shown they might have one of their best groups they've ever had.
That was a McNabb missile, and he's going to throw again on first down. Dancing around in the pocket, and again able to dump it underneath. That's Tony Hunt for about 6. McNabb has been well protected on this first series.
Well, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, look at this. The space he's afforded, does a good job. Nothing down the field, dumps it short. Hard to get to him unless you blitz. The Steelers, that's how they pressure the quarterback. They take chances by sending linebackers and defensive backs.
Tony Hunt still down, Phil.
Well, that was some collision on the sideline. I could hear it from where we are.
You're talking about the receivers, the collection of receivers for the Eagles. And here's the hit on Hunt. 3 Steelers around him, and his right leg may have been twisted. Yeah, you got the triple whammy. We've got an update. Let's go back to James Brown in New York.
Hey, Jim and Phil, it was a dogfight at East Rutherford between the Bengals and the Giants. 30, make this a 22-yard field goal for the Giants by John Carney that ultimately gave them the victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. Back to Jim and Phil.
So the Bengals fall to 0-3. The Giants are undefeated. And Hunt getting a lot of attention. Phil, just to get back to your point about McNabb's receiving fleet this year. You know, it's only 2 weeks into the season, but through 2 weeks, the receiving yardage by that collection that includes the rookie Jackson and Avant and Basket the most receiving yards of any team in the league by a set of receivers.
You know, Jim, head coaches, we talked to Andy Reid and the coach with the Eagles this week. They don't very seldom say really nice things about their players. They're always guarded whatever. And you can tell the Eagles know they got a good collection, and Deshaun Jackson really puts that group over the top. A speedy guy who can run routes inside and make plays.
Challenge flag has been thrown by Tomlin and the Steelers. So there was a fumble at the back end of that. He was ruled down on the field, and Tomlin's challenging it.
Let's see if we can see the fumble if the ball comes loose before he hits the ground.
So many Steelers swarming on Hunt here, it's hard to tell.
Well, the hit is so right into his helmet. I'm sure
it's coming. I can't tell for sure. Still got it with his right arm. And
it's free. It's a fumble. It definitely came out of his hands before he hit the ground, it looked like.
We'd like to welcome those of you who saw the Giants win it in overtime against the Bengals. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, and the Eagles have had the football since the opening kick, and they are driving. There is a challenge. There was a fumble at the end of this. He was ruled down on the field. Tony Hunt, who was shaken up on the hit. The Steelers are issuing the red flag, saying, wait a minute, the ball was out before he was down. McFadden recovered.
Well, it was a hit by Orpheus Roy is what caused the football to come loose. And even though, and you know, this is kind of, don't want to get into officiating here, but if the whistle did blow and it blew before they realized it was a fumble, it doesn't matter. If you can clearly see on replay that there was a fumble and clearly you can determine that the Steelers recovered it, it will be Steelers football.
Do you think that was clearly a fumble? What you saw?
I have no doubt he fumbled it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Before he was down?
Yes.
I'm not convinced.
You're not really. But you have to see on replay the recovery.
Walt Anderson will give us the verdict.
After reviewing the play, the ball comes loose before the runner is down. It is a clear recovery by number 20 of Pittsburgh. It'll be Pittsburgh's ball, first down at the 20-yard line. Please put 9 minutes, 30 seconds on the game clock, and Pittsburgh is not charged a timeout.
Right you are, Mr. Simms. The Steelers have just won a challenge. They've recovered a fumble after the Eagles had driven right down to inside the 20-yard line. Used up the first 5 minutes, and, well, they're going to reset the clock to 9:30. 5.5 minutes into the drive, and they turn it over.
Yeah, we were talking about how the Eagles coming off that Monday night game. Can they recover physically? Yes, I think if mentally, can they get over the fact that they lost to their hated rival, the Cowboys? They were off to a good start, but a turnover stops that momentum and, of course, gives the Steelers some confidence.
First snap of the game for the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. Roethlisberger begins with the double tight end formation. Actually, three tights in. Empty backfield. And Roethlisberger flings it to Miller. He's up ahead for about 9 yards. Roethlisberger, that's only the 35th pass attempt of this young season, but he leads the league in quarterback rating through 2 weeks. 3 touchdowns, no picks. And boy, have they been efficient inside the red zone. The line has been impressive, led by Marvell Smith on that left side. And Willie Parker's been over 100 each of the first 2 weeks, coming off that broken leg late last season. And Fast Willie running hard. It's a 2nd and 1 for the Steelers. As Parker met before he gets all the way back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. The Eagles defense, the only team in the league last year without a defensive touchdown, but they had one Monday night on a fumble recovery of a Romo fumble. Their first in 19 games. And the secondary again anchored back there by Brian Dawkins in his 13th year out of Clemson. So it's a 3rd and 2 for the Steelers. Alice Baker, the extra receiver. And from the gun. And flags everywhere. That's Dawkins in.
The Steelers got all the information you'd ever want before the football was snapped. He faked the snap count, put a guy in motion. You knew the blitz was coming.
But they were
Offside.
off.
Number 58. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That was Trent Cole, who got across too quickly.
He knew it was a blitz, and it also took the Steelers a long time on the outside, 58, to snap the football. So defensive lineman Brian Dawkins on the blitz, they can't wait to get their first shot at the quarterback. They're a little too quick.
So they take away the sack, and they pick up the first down with the 5-yard penalty. Now from the 33 with Nate Washington in the game for the first time. Roethlisberger goes right side, and open is Antonio Holmes. And he stepped out a little quickly, a little chagrined. He knew he could have picked up a few more, but he gets 16 out of it.
Well, Jim, let's talk about the game here. When Pittsburgh has the ball, they believe their big offensive line, they would like to be able to run the ball against a smaller, faster defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. And for the defense, Philadelphia, set the edge. Don't let Willie Parker outside. Get those long runs. And maybe most importantly, keep the quarterback inside. When Ben Roethlisberger gets out, he makes big plays.
Quick quarterback toss over to Holmes again, who cradles it down to the 45. Bumped out by Asante Samuel after a gain of 6.
Steelers are really good at doing something during the game, and once you react to it, they do the opposite. And what I'm saying is, Ben Roethlisberger, that pass to the outside to Santonio Holmes. Last week, it was inside. It was inside. Today, well, they know they're going to expect inside, and Bruce Arians has some passes. Well, let's throw it to the sideline, which the Steelers do very well.
It's a 2nd down and 4, now operating in Eagle territory. Play action fake to Parker. Roethlisberger steps away from the traffic, and pass incomplete. Was going to Holmes for a 3rd straight play.
I love what they do. They get in a formation that only the Steelers get into. 3 receivers all together. But when you're a quarterback and you're going to move around and you're going to play the plays to the end, you are going to take some hits. And that's been what did Bruce Arians say last night? He plays to the end of the play.
That was Bunkley who hit him on the other shoulder, not the one that's been so scrutinized here for the last week. 3rd down and 4. Noeldy Moore in for the Steelers. Roethlisberger goes with the 2nd option, and it's Hines Ward for the first down.
Wow, what a play.
And he tucked it in just in time and got what he needed out of the cagey Hines Ward for the first.
Well, you said it right. Cagey's the word for him. He can do so many things. But how about the throw by Ben Roethlisberger? He wants to throw it. Nope, don't like it. And then under pressure, Parker all over him, and somehow flicks it outside to Hines Ward.
Jaquay Parker was the next one to make a move on Roethlisberger if he didn't release it in time, but he does. And they're now inside the 40.
Defense looks fast. They got to make the play.
Billy Parker trying to get to the edge and can't. Cannot escape Stuart Bradley on a loss of a yard.
This Eagles defense, they've like reinvented themselves. They're smaller, much faster. Jimmy Johnson, defensive coordinator, even if you don't follow football, the first thing, well, he likes the blitz. Well, they all like the blitz, especially when they get there, defensive coordinators. But he told us, fastest defense I've coached in all my years here in Philadelphia.
That was the 1,000th carry of Willie Parker's career.
Not bad for a backup at North Carolina.
Undrafted, too. On 2nd and 11, Nate Washington. First down and all the way to the 23. Gain 17.
You know, the Eagles, Jim, they must be going, come on, give us a break. They played some wonderful defensive snaps on Monday night, and Tony Romo just took advantage of it, made big plays. Today, they're all over Roethlisberger. Look how quick he gets rid of the football, off balance, knowing the receiver's running the route that allows him to still get rid of the football before the blitz gets there.
Heath Miller.
Most quarterbacks can't make those plays.
Wide to the left, Miller, the tight end. That's the really trademark of Roethlisberger. He creates so much, moving around, hands it off. Parker gallops past the first hit and takes him down to the 18. Good block there by Davis to help free him. Gain 6.
Yeah, Davis makes a good block, and Heath Miller comes in motion and secures the edge. Oh, the nice block by the fullback. Steelers, they will move defenders. Oh, that is nice. They got everything going. Hines Ward outside. Wide receiver Brian Dawkins says it's the only time all year when you play the Steelers as a safety, have your head on a swivel, because you never know where Hines Ward's going to be to hit you.
2nd and 4 in the red zone now. 6 times this season they've been inside the 20. They've scored 6 touchdowns. Stacked up though, and maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a different team they're facing today on the defensive side. As I always say, Jim, you know, good hitters, they bat .450 against bad pitchers. What do they do against the good pitchers?
Of course, windy conditions last Sunday night, and the Cleveland defense gave up only the 1 touchdown. That was the pass play to Hines Ward. But they were 5 for 5 against Houston week 1 in the red zone. 1 for 1 last week. Now facing a 3rd and 4.
Oh, here they come.
Again, shoulders the hit, fires it incomplete. That was Quentin Michael coming in on Roethlisberger quickly.
You would think 3rd and 4. I said, oh, there's no way they'll blitz again, because a quarterback can get rid of it quickly and throw to a receiver short. But Ben Roethlisberger was watching he's watching the blitz so much. Oh, yeah, watch. Oh, and it was, let me rephrase that. The center caught him off guard, not the blitz.
37-yard field goal attempt on the way by Jeff Reed. Had the best percentage in the league last year. Had only 2 misses in 25 tries. Jeff Reed, reliable again. Opening 3 for the Steelers off the fumble recovery. 3-0 Pittsburgh.
This message approved by Toyota Corolla. For over 40 years, Corolla has been relied upon to deliver excellence, boldly shaping America's automotive landscape. Its popularity in the hearts and minds of millions have solidified its reputation for quality and high MPG. Year after year, look to Corolla for legendary long-term dependability. Trusty, faithful, 35 MPG rated. Toyota Corolla, the solid choice for '09. This message approved by Toyota Corolla.
Jill is a juggler. Ball 1, her children's education. Ball 2, her parents. Ball number 3, her retirement. How does she keep them all in the air? TD Ameritrade. They help her juggle all the human events that make Jill's real life real. To help you stay balanced and diversified, no matter what life throws at you, call or visit TD Ameritrade. Independence is the spirit that drives America's most successful investors.
On the new Survivor, will the Olympic champion dominate?
I am one of the fastest females in the world.
Will the video game geek find love?
Last girl I kissed was in high school 4 or 5 years ago.
Will the pinup model survive the first round?
This is really Africa.
And will the Zen master psych out everyone?
I have no fear of standing in front of Jeff and expecting my check for $1 million.
These castaways and others will compete in the biggest Survivor yet. Survivor Gabon premieres in high definition CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. TD Ameritrade, the independent spirit. And by the Home Depot, the official home improvement sponsor of the NFL.
What a beautiful day it is, too, this last Sunday of summer. And 3-0 Pittsburgh. They took it 61 yards in 12 plays. Reed converting from 37 yards out.
His work, too. They worked hard. Just tremendous individual plays got them down the field.
Their first red zone trip without a touchdown, but they do get 3. Jeff Reed now has made 25 consecutive kicks inside the 40. This one down to Dimps again, running it out. It's another good return out to the 33. There is a flag. Kerry Davis on the tackle, 29-yard run back.
During the return, holding number 81, receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down. Timeout.
So poor starting position coming up for Donovan McNabb. Already the 3rd penalty of the game for the Eagles, plus a turnover.
To a kick. A 30-yard field goal attempt to try to win it. Ball down. Kick on the way. It is good. It's good. It's good. And that's it.
Live from your pocket, it's the NFL. Get the new NFL Mobile Live free with any data plan. Only from Sprint. Only on the Now Network.
Truckers told us to give them a heck of a truck. He told us not to pull any punches. So we gave them a big engine, big towing, big frame, and big brakes. What'd we get out of it? A big old pat on the back. The 2008 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Toyota Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
Go the distance with an NFL team lamp and choose from thousands of other authentic NFL products, including these Believe in zip hoodies, available at NFLshop.com and select retailers.
You can get the fully customizable Keeper League you've always wanted with Fantasy Football Commissioner. It's at CBSSports.com/fantasy. All right, second series of the afternoon coming up for the Eagles. McNabb was a perfect 6 for 6 on that first drive, and only to see a little screen pass over to Hunt result in a fumble at the end. Buckholter is in the game for the Eagles in the backfield. Here's a little dump pass, and it's Buckholter. Good move. Picks up 11 and a first.
Well, something that the Steelers are very worried about is this right here, the screen game. Andy Reid, the Green Bay Packers were a tremendous screen team when he was an assistant coach in Green Bay. He has brought that to Philadelphia, and the Steelers said they're not good. They are great at this, and that's part of their offense. That's what they're going to do. They're going to throw 4 or 5 of them every game.
Third catch by Buckholter, who was lined up as a fullback on that play, and this one as well. First down toss. And that's over to Deshaun Jackson, the rookie second rounder out of Cal, who's been sensational. We've got an update. Going to send it back to James Brown in New York.
Hey, Jim and Phil, as you two well know, the Broncos are the highest scoring team in the league. Second touchdown in the first quarter. Cutler up top, 35 yards of Brandon Marshall. Both feet are in. Broncos on top, 14-3 over New Orleans. That in the first. Back to Jim Nance and Phil Simms.
Boy, another explosive start for the Broncos. They're looking very dapper today in those uniforms. Orange crush look. 8 for 8 now. McNabb to 5 different receivers. He's got 4 receivers in the game right now. On 2nd and 6. And Westbrook going low and getting within a yard or 2 of the first. Give him 4.
This Philadelphia offense, we talked about it. They like to go at a fast pace. And one thing they do, Marty Morningwig and Andy Reid both call the plays. They're going to keep Donovan McNabb hot. He gets to throw a lot. Marty Morningwig, they believe in throwing the football. That's how what they base their offense on. We're going to throw it. We're going to score points. That's how you win a lot of games in the NFL. Now they're trying to play close. They want to go out and try to win the game.
8 passes, 4 rushes so far. Face third and a short 2. They get the first, back over to Jackson.
How about that throw?
How about this rookie, huh?
Yeah, how about him?
Of course, made quite a gaffe last week, showboating and fumbling about a yard out. And that was just so bizarre to see the ball just sitting there untouched, unclaimed. Eagles still got a touchdown out of Westbrook on that.
Well, with signal a touchdown, backward pass, ball is dead, doesn't matter, nobody can claim it after the touchdown. But Deshaun Jackson, you know, Jim, he learned a lesson. The team got away with it, and he got away with it. And hopefully it'll stop the showboating until the appropriate time.
First down at 10, and here comes the flea flicker. But they read it. That was Foot, never fooled. He was the first to get to him. Kirschke the second. That'll close out the first quarter with the sack. 3-0 Pittsburgh after 1. We'll return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
This message approved by Toyota Corolla. For over 40 years, Corolla has been relied upon to deliver excellence, boldly shaping America's automotive landscape. Its popularity in the hearts and minds of millions have solidified its reputation for quality and high MPG. Year after year, look to Corolla for legendary long-term dependability. Trusty, faithful, 35 MPG rated. Toyota Corolla, the solid choice for '09. This message approved by Toyota Corolla.
I'm a PC, and I am not alone.
I'm a PC. PC.
PC.
PC.
PC. PC. PC.
I'm a PC, and so is my mom.
And these are my grandchildren.
I'm a PC, and I teach them.
I'm a PC.
Oui.
Yo también. What?
I'm PC. I'm PC.
I'm a PC, just like BG.
We're all a PC, inseparably one.
You got a problem with that?
Introducing an ale that's dry hopped and top fermented for a bright, hoppy finish. Budweiser American Ale. What's an American Ale? Discover for yourself. New Budweiser American Ale.
I'm comfortable in jeans that are tough. I'm comfortable in Wrangler. Real comfortable.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Satisfaction guaranteed. Wrangler. Real comfortable jeans.
All started with a big bang. The new season begins CBS Monday. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint. Get NFL Mobile Live only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. And by Budweiser American Ale. Discover the robust flavor of Budweiser American Ale.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms in Philadelphia starting the second quarter with some concern about Donovan McNabb, who was shaken up on that sack to end the first quarter.
Looks like his arm, right arm, the shoulder. Oh, yes, driven into the ground. 3 Pittsburgh Steelers right there. Came to the sideline, shaking it around a lot, bending his back.
A lot of grimacing, going to hand it off here on 2nd and 17. And high stepping and hurdling. It's Westbrook picking up about maybe a yard, that's all. Even Westbrook landed a little awkwardly after the hurdle move.
Going around left side. Oh, he steps on his own guy, Brian Westbrook. And he's limping off the field.
Back-to-back plays for McNabb and Westbrook both.
I think what it is, he was landing on his teammate, then just trying not to hurt his teammate. His plant foot, when it hit the ground, that's what shook him up.
3rd and 16. Let's see what McNabb's arm looks like. Pressure from behind. A lot of zip on that one. And picks up the first. That's Basket with the catch. Didn't look like anything sore right there. 20 yards picked up. First down in Pittsburgh territory.
No, that was borderline terrific. It really was. It was twice now, 3rd and long. The Eagles, they're not looking just to throw it short and punt and play field position. They're sending receivers down the field to pick it up, and Goes a little to the side, which is I wish he'd do more of. He throws it beautifully when he drops his arm down.
And he's now 10 for 10. And for the second time they've had the football, both times into Pittsburgh territory. And big hole here for Buckhalter, moving the pile near the first, about a half-yard shy, running behind Harriman's.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for this Steeler defense. This Eagles offense, they do everything. They'll run it at you with power. They got the line to do it. As you look at Brian Westbrook on the sideline, but they, like we said, they spread it out and have they have the whole array of throws. Down the field, short, screens, they really make you work.
Sets up an ideal play call here. 2nd down and 1 play call situation. He can throw for it, and they get it. And it's back to basket. We've got another update. Let's return to James Brown in the studio.
Hey, Jim and Phil, Denver's defense trying to make amends for last week. Take a look here as Reggie Bush with the handoff. Hit hard, loses the ball, recovered by Nate Webster. He takes it 34 yards to pay dirt. Denver on top 21-3 over New Orleans. Back to Jim Nance and Phil Sims.
So the Broncos at 2-0 and off to a terrific start here today at home. Lorenzo Booker into the game for the Eagles on 1st down. Here's a flag as Donovan tries to get away from the pressure. He's tripped up by James Harrison.
Offside, number 92. Defense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
So take away the sack, give him 5 yards off the infraction, move the football to the 26.
And Donovan McNabb's looking at this going, this reminds me of Monday night. He just worked so hard. When you drop back as much as they do, and if you start moving around as a quarterback.
Looks like Westbrook might be heading. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, he's going.
He's going in.
Hard to constantly play at this pace, even for a quarterback.
1st and 5. Buckhalter, player who has been dealing with adversities and injuries great majority of his career. Brian Westbrook stepping on his own teammate and trying to take a little bit off of it as he was landing. I think you're right, Phil. Try not to.
Well, let's see if I was. Which foot goes on? No, it's his. Oh, it is. It's his left foot that hits. Oh, yes, it was the right foot. So when it came down, trying to protect his own teammate, it got caught under him, and it's hard to say if that's ankle, knee, whatever. That looks like it hurt everything.
Tosses a glove aside as he makes his way up the ramp. 2nd down and 3. Nothing doing for Buckhalter this time. A big Steeler wall awaits Chris Hope in the middle of that.
Steelers, for as long as it seemed like I've been covering football or played in the NFL, a couple factors about them. They can run the football. They always believe in that, and they can stop it too. Dick LeBeau, I don't know how many years. He's been there a long time. 3-4 defense confuses you. Who to block helps them, along with talent, be tremendous against the run.
They're 4 for 4 3rd down situations in this game. It's 3rd and 3 from the 24. Open is Booker, spins away from the hit and gets the first at the 20. Able to spin away from Lamar Woodley and pick up 4 yards and a first, and McNabb remains perfect, 12 for 12.
Yeah, that's a good quick decision by Donovan McNabb. He knows it's man-to-man coverage. Everybody has a guy to go against. But can you, as a linebacker, tackle a small running back on the edge of the field going full speed? Really tough for Woodley to do. And he's the linebacking core. What did Mike Tomlin say? They got a lot of good ones.
It's really 5 guys for 4 spots.
4 spots. So they just rotate them through.
Yeah, they're all going to play about the same number of plays. This is the 13th play of this drive. 1st down for the Eagles. McNabb looked end zone. Goes underneath instead. Buckhalter at the 10. At the 5. Hurdles. And in for the touchdown.
What a job by Donovan McNabb. He wanted to throw it in the end zone for Deshaun Jackson. And when you can throw the football hard like he can with power, sometimes you take a chance. But no, he comes off of it, and look what happens. You get rewarded with a touchdown pass to a running back. Really excellent job.
So Buckhalter able to outrace, if you will, at about the 10-yard line, James Harrison. That's the 176th touchdown pass of McNabb's career. Becomes #1 all-time in Eagle history as Akers adds the extra points. Just moved past Jaworski with this one. Buckhalter with Westbrook heading to the locker room. Steps up to give the Eagles the lead.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time doing that.
Alex!
Oh, no.
Alex!
Whoa, what's up with your dad?
Son!
Since we got Rap City on Verizon Wireless, I get all my favorite music. Unfortunately, my dad gets his favorites, too.
Alexander Garrett, why won't you answer your dad?
So does my mom.
I was weird at that age, too.
Rhapsody on Verizon Wireless. Access to millions of songs, and you get them all for one flat rate. Enjoy them on a touchscreen Samsung Glide for $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
Talk about a wake-up call. I had a heart attack at 57. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. What was I thinking? But now, I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries if you have several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor has been extensively studied with over 16 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
We got a possible abduction of an officer.
Wednesday. The city's never been more dangerous.
Find him!
Everybody get dangerous. Everybody get dangerous.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Terrell Buckhalter takes it 20 yards off the pass from McNabb, who is 13 for 13 in this game. Buckhalter, who missed 3 out of 4 seasons between 2002 and 2005 with severe knee injuries. It's a pretty great testament to this young man to come back. How many running backs can you say miss that much time, or even about the Eagles having that much faith to stay with him? And there's a flag down on the kick as Davis takes it near the 30.
You know, Jim, running backs, one leg injury, you can survive it. When you have multiple ones, hard to have a team to still believe in you. And you're right. The Eagles stuck with him. They stuck with him, and
offside, number 91 of the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. First down, timeout.
So there's a break here in the action, early second quarter. Pittsburgh will begin this drive from the 33 when we come back.
Hey, what's that?
This?
Yeah, that.
This is that.
That's this?
Yeah, that.
How is this that?
This is big news. Original Recipe has gone boneless. Introducing new KFC Original Recipe strips. Boneless all-white meat chicken, freshly prepared with those famous 11 herbs and spices. It's a whole new way to enjoy Original Recipe on the go. Get the Original Recipe strips deal for just $3.99.
This is this?
Yeah. And that's that.
Connect to everything you love in life with BlackBerry.
Hey, Mr. Sunlight, gonna outshine your bright. It's just the beginning
fun day.
Happy go fun day. I'm feeling kinda Sunday. Sunday. Feeling kinda Sunday.
Sunday. Kinda Sunday.
I'm so there.
When you're there, State Farm's there for the best day of the week.
You can hold him.
You don't have to do it alone anymore.
I got a job to do, and part of my job is keeping an eye on you.
I miss my son.
We're doing everything we can to find him.
Freeze, FBI.
You're gonna find him, right?
And when you do that, you put them in situations where it's just them. And that time, the Eagle defenders, they won.
Second down and 12. Boy, they were in on Roethlisberger. Almost didn't get the handoff, but Parker able to race ahead near the 40. It'll be third and about 3. How about that touchdown by the Eagles? What did you see, Phil?
The record-setting touchdown. They send Deshaun Jackson in motion to give him some space to run in here for the touchdown. You'll see it's covered, and Donovan McNabb looks out in the left flat and throws the buck halter for the touchdown. Oh, and what a good job by McNabb not throwing it. And then again, for the second time, the speed of the running back outruns the linebackers, and pretty good way to set a record. Making a good decision like that.
Third and 4. Jaquay Parker drops back as a linebacker, and here he comes with a running start. And hold on, they whistle it dead with a flag.
Well, I'll tell you what, the coaches are not going to let the Eagles be complacent. Throw it in offense and blitz on defense.
Delay of game. Defense. Left defensive tackle. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
That actually will be a first down. Walt Anderson, the referee, it was third and about 3, so the 5 yards will give him the first. 5 penalties already on the Eagles. And Wednesday, Showtime has Inside the NFL with JB and our man Phil, Warren Sapp, Chris Collinsworth. All the best insights, analysis, and highlights from around the league on Inside the NFL.
Come to me. I'll give you some really good opinions, but I'm warning you. You're laughing.
I'm coming to you. What are you? I'm coming. You want me to come down with you?
Don't listen to my picks.
Oh, I see.
They're awful.
Okay, go the other way.
Yeah, you got it.
First down, play action. Roethlisberger steps up, and again he's dropped. That was Broderick Bunkley who got him by the ankles, and that will not be a sack. He got it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
You got to gain yards, or it is a sack. And you have to get 1 yard, or otherwise it will be counted as a sack, I think, as I speak too quickly. But the pressure, it is a pass. The Steelers were just anxious to get their play-action pass game going so they could throw it down the field. They've tried it quite a few times today, but they can't block the defensive lineman long enough.
Give Bunkley the sack. It's a second down and 10 from the 44. Again, pressure from the outside, and the pass zipped over at the 50 to Nate Washington.
You understand when I said that the coaches of the Eagles, it makes sense. They're just not going to let their players be complacent or have that hangover emotionally. They just call plays that you got to be going. There's no thinking and methodical business at all. It's just go on defense and wide open, let it go on offense, and the players, that'll wake you up.
Just saying it virtually every play.
Well, you know what? It's working. If the Steelers don't start blocking the blitz, their quarterback's going to get hit a lot.
3rd down and 3.
Here they come again.
And Roethlisberger loses the football. Recovered by Philadelphia. That is Broderick Bunkley with the football. Knocked loose by Parker.
Jim, when it's good, you keep going to it. Another blitz by the Eagle defense. Nobody blocking Michael as he comes in and makes Roethlisberger move, and we get a fumble.
Ready? Yeah, let's go. Las queremos un otro jogo. Say las queremos un otro jogo. Las queremos.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Journey, the crossover with the best fuel economy in its class.
Hey! Nas queremos un otro jogo.
Vamos lá.
She say, get your stuff.
Hey, Greg's phone. Greg doesn't have AT&T, so we got 0 bars here in Brussels. So thanks for the call about hopping on the train and heading to Paris for the weekend. Looks like you won't be hearing from us. Instead, we're gonna hang at this hostel with the Techno Twins, Slot and Wiener.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places. Now get our exclusive Sony Ericsson W350 for only $29.99.
CBS tomorrow.
Hey, Dad, where's the plunger?
Excuse me, father-son moment. TV's #1 comedy is back.
You think I've been a good role model? You drink, you gamble, you have different women here practically every night. You're the best role model a guy could want. I should put your face on money.
Then CBS presents a comedy of errors.
Whoa, hey, Texaco! Feel Texaco!
Worst week after 2.5 Men. CBS tomorrow. Kimbo Slice, the street brawler, takes on living legend Ken Shamrock in a war for the ages. And Jake Shields versus British bad boy Paul Daly.
All the way from England, I'm the best.
Plus, Gina Carano in a knockdown drag-out beauty. CBS Elite XC, Saturday Night Fights, live October 4th.
Well, Bunkley makes some plays on that drive. A sack, then a fumble recovery. Second lost fumble of this early season by Roethlisberger. He lost he lost 3 all of last year. Already with 2 as McNabb hits Jackson. Boy, McFadden thought he was going to be able to make a play on that, but the pass was over his outstretched arms. Gains 18, and look at this. McNabb in the history books. All-time touchdown passes. Randall Cunningham with 150. Jaws with 175. And now at the top of the list with this one, 176 McNabb.
Yeah, here it is. Really pretty sweet when you make a very good decision. Something that you don't work on during the week. I saw him run that play 3 times in practice. He threw it to Deshaun Jackson all 3 times. So sometimes you just get trained to do it during the game.
The Buckholzer running left side. Polamalu had a hit on him, but he got away, and then Taylor bumps him out. Running behind Trey Thomas.
You know, and Donovan McNabb, such a, what's the word, controversial almost down here in Philadelphia, Jim, and they talked about it during the week. They'll never win as long as he's the quarterback. Well, the quarterback I watched so far this year, we all get spoiled. When he is healthy, look at those numbers too. When he is healthy, he can beat you with his legs, his strength, and a powerful right arm. And they got a coach that designs everything around him to give him a chance to have that success.
2nd down and 3. And after being stacked up, Buckholzer able to spring free, pick up a first. I don't get that about McNabb. You know, he had that injury a couple of years ago. And, you know, you made the observation at practice on Friday about just looking at McNabb, watching the tapes from the first 2 weeks. He looks like the McNabb now before the injury.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we all get caught in the trap. I'm not taking myself out of it. That when guys get hurt, the talent level around them goes down. Of course, they don't play as well. I mean, it's what? Oh, it's over. We got to get a new quarterback. Hey, these quarterbacks like Donovan McNabb, there's only about 7 or 8 of them in the NFL.
They're on him quickly this time. And that's Larry Foote. He is twice now been in the face of McNabb, and he gets the sack.
Well, the Steelers, maybe they got tired of sitting on the sideline watching the Eagles blitz, and Barry Foote, what a job. Gets blocked, doesn't give up, gets back and gets the sack.
Already inside of 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's unbelievable.
Just flying by here in Philadelphia.
Well, the clock doesn't stop, you know, when you keep completing passes.
That's it. Ball's never touching the ground, except on a couple of fumbles.
The safe defense is not working. Got to go after it.
Second down 15. Back to Jackson. To the 13. They need to get inside the 6 for the first. Coming up, we've got the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon Boomer, and Coach Cower. All the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Sprint halftime report. A couple of overtime games early today. Giants over Cincinnati, Tampa winning against Chicago in OT, and Buffalo with a late 10-point rally to overtake Oakland.
Well, you turned to me at one time and go, this is going to be a great NFL season.
It is a remarkable start, especially on the AFC side. How do you figure Miami goes up today and blows out New England? Typifies what the first 3 weeks have been like. Let's go third down here for McNabb. Looks end zone, throws low, incomplete. That's where he had to throw it. He was trying to hit L.J. Smith. Just a little fraction off. Polamalu in on that.
I think you said it right. Down the middle of the field, double move, has to throw it low. And L.J. Smith takes a big hit.
Timeout on the field.
Making every game time special all season long. With Walmart's unbeatable prices on all your favorite game time foods, moms can do anything. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Journey. With the most innovative features. Third-row seating. DVD player and gaming outlet. 5-star crash test rating, and the best fuel economy in its class. It's the crossover that's ready for anything. The all-new Dodge Journey. If you can dream it, do it.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. The all-new Dodge Journey. If you can dream it, do it. Dodge, grab life. And by the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coming off an injury timeout, L.J. Smith with a bloody nose after that pass bounced off his hands in the end zone. McNabb's first incompletion of the game, 15 out of 16 now. And they'll be attempting a field goal try with David Akers.
Really impressed with Philadelphia, the array of formations, movement, different plays, down the field, screens.
It'll be 31 yards for Akers, who's 4 for 4 at the start of this season. Zabraka on the hold. The kick by Akers is good. So points off the turnover, off the Roethlisberger fumble. And the Eagles lead it 10-3.
Come on, Jake. Look him over, pal. I tell you, it's not easy taking advice after investing on my own for so long. But you know what? He actually listens to me. He even asked for my opinion. Attaboy, good eye. It's nice taking advice from someone who doesn't forget whose money it is.
We only got one room left, but I doubt you'll want it.
Why not?
It's a dead zone. Can't get your calls, your precious emails. It's like you don't even exist.
I've got the Verizon network.
You're good? Oh. Calls are kind of scratchy.
We test America's largest 3G network every day. Verizon Wireless. Get the exclusive pink BlackBerry Curve, now just $99.99.
Some people think I'm psychic. Truth is, there's no such thing as psychics. I'm just paying attention. I get caught up in the little things, the details. I can't help it. I see things other people can't see. It's a gift. Or is it?
Simon Baker is The Mentalist. Series premiere CBS Tuesday.
At the Buffalo Bills United Way Day of Action, I got to work out with Dante Whitner.
Five, touchdown!
Dante says good nutrition and exercise makes every kid a champion.
I'm Dante Whitner. Helping kids stay active and healthy is how I live United. Want to help? Find out how at liveunited.org.
And David Akers with a 31-yard field goal off the fumble recovery. We're just outside of 2 minutes to go here in the first half. It'll be only the third Steeler drive of the game coming up as we approach that 2-minute mark to go second quarter.
Kind of reminds you of college football, doesn't it?
I'm telling you, it's just
kidding, of course.
The way that goes. 24-yard line returned by Mendenhall. 22-yard run back. We'll see Roethlisberger with 2:30 to go in the half.
Coach, look, the mountains on this Coors Light cold-activated bottle turned blue and the beer is cold. How can you tell your beer is cold without it?
I can't do it. You know, I just can't do it.
Coach, when was the first time you saw the mountains turn blue?
91, when we won the division.
It wasn't invented yet.
When the mountains turn blue, your beer is cold and ready for kickoff.
Please nod if you like the following. A taste as cold as the Rockies. Cold-activated bottles. Shirts with random triangles.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Ready?
Do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Warwick Brown is our only case.
I got the first let out.
You take this to the wrong judge, he'll stick a fork in all of us. Let's finish this for him.
Work. Stay with me. Oh, my God.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is cold as the Rockies. Frost brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. And by Charles Schwab. Premium service. Expect it, don't pay it. Talk to Chuck Schwab.
I got one of those on the way for you at halftime, Sims. Little cheesesteak. As we see the Steelers from the 24.
You said it with anger.
I just want to see you eat something unhealthy. As Roethlisberger is taken down by 3 Eagles this time.
Boy, this is really something. This first half, the Eagles offense, like I said, but this defense, it's just guys are fighting to get over and get the sacks. So many defenders are getting to Ben Roethlisberger and hitting him. The Steelers, they got to keep the back, the tight end, keep them in so they can block the pass rush to give Ben Roethlisberger just a chance to throw it down the field.
He has been sacked, Phil, 4 times in his last 5 pass plays. With a flag down, he goes down again. Flags all over the place and a face mask on the way.
I think it's offsides and a face mask.
You know, you were on the NFL Today trying to dispel a little bit about the severity of that shoulder injury that was so much under scrutiny this last week with Roethlisberger, but taking a pounding here.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside number 90, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask number 58, defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
This face mask is a little frightening as we reach the 2-minute warning. Trent Cole ripping back the helmet in the head of Roethlisberger.
You came along all bright and new with big ideas that grew and grew and grew.
The Chrysler Town & Country with 25 highway miles per gallon. Fuel economy that's unsurpassed by any minivan.
With big ideas that grew and grew and grew.
Welcome aboard Flight 1120.
There are 6 exits on this plane.
2 exits on each side.
And 2 window exits over the wing.
To fasten your seatbelt.
Enter the flat metal tab until the buckle until it locks securely. To tighten.
Pull the strap.
A water evacuation.
Unlikely.
But just in case your seat cushion may also be used as a flotation
device.
It's our pleasure to have you aboard.
From all of us, thank you
for flying.
Business travel without the travel. That's the human network effect. Cisco Telepresence. Welcome to the human network.
What goes into making a Budweiser? The same things that always have. The choicest hops. The perfect blend of 2- and 6-row barley. The signature flavor that can only come from Beechwood Aging. And a 130-year-old promise that will always stand. Some things aren't meant to change. Some things never will.
Canon, official camera of the NFL, presents your choice for the Canon NFL photo of Week 2. Raiders rookie Darren McFadden scored his first touchdown, and the Broncos' Brandon Marshall had 18 catches. But the winning photo from Week 2 was the Redskins' Antoine Randall's celebration leap over Santana Moss.
I've never seen anything like it. That was fantastic.
Go to NFL.com/photos to vote for the next Canon NFL photo of the week. Canon, official camera of the NFL.
On the new Survivor, will the Olympic champion dominate?
I am one of the fastest females in the world.
Will the pinup model survive the first round?
This is really off them.
And will the Zen Master psych out everyone?
I have no fear in expecting my check for $1 million.
These and others compete in the biggest Survivor yet, premiering in high definition CBS Thursday.
By the way, even with the face mask penalty, the sack does stand for Cole. So that's 5 sacks by that Eagles defense over the last 6 pass plays. And with the penalty, it's a first down from the 29. Hold on a minute. They'll whistle this one dead. And as they do, how about Roethlisberger again with all the talk about the shoulder sprain, separation.
Number 74, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Well, he's going to go in at halftime. He's going to have overall body ache because the hits are coming from everywhere. He can't even use his talent to get away because he fakes one guy out and there's 2 other defenders there hitting. So you got to readjust how they say there's not a day that goes by that he does not intercept at least 1 football in practice.
They say he looks like he's going to pick off every pass that's thrown his way, and he does just that right here.
What timing?
Welcome to Southwest Airlines.
Thanks. I need to check this bag. How much is that going to cost me?
There's no charge on Southwest, sir.
Hallelujah! Well, I have another one, and I'm sure I'll have to pay for that.
Actually, your first 2 checked bags are free.
Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
On Southwest Airlines, we don't believe in charging for things that should be free. So what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Truckers say if you can haul 10,300 pounds, you darn well better be able to stop 10,300 pounds. This Tundra's 4 oversized disc brakes don't mess around. Its beefed up engine takes care of the rest. Looks like man's got a new best friend. Available on the full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
It's time saving energy costs less. It's time guaranteed low prices got even lower. We know times are tough, That's why the Home Depot is lowering the cost on hundreds of items throughout the store, including energy-efficient ones like ceiling fans and programmable thermostats. So the products that save you the most money will save you even more. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Worst week. Series premiere CBS Monday.
Tennessee takes on 9th-ranked Auburn. The SEC on CBS. College football at its best. Saturday.
And coming up, we've got the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. Coach Cowher scores and highlights coming up shortly on the Sprint halftime report. Eagles were last in the NFL last year in takeaways. They have 2 in the first half. McNabb again will dump it off, and Buckhalter steps out. Just a gain of 2.
The Steelers kept everybody in they could to make sure Ben Roethlisberger got time to throw. He finally gets a pocket, good spacing. He lets it go, but it frees up defenders. And that's why you see Nate Washington double covered. Asante Samuel, he knows it. He plays the football perfectly and comes up with the interception. So that's the problem. When you block everybody, keep them in, you get receivers that are double covered.
Samuel has more picks than any player in the league over the last 3 years. Here comes the pressure on McNabb, and he unloads it wisely as Lawrence Timmons was racing in on McNabb. Now give him 18 since the start of the 2006 season. Picks by Samuel.
Well, I would have definitely said him and Champ Bailey were those are the 2 I would have picked for a lot of reasons. They're smart, and they take tremendous skill. They work hard, they study, and that's what results in a lot of those interceptions.
Minute 42 to go in the half, and the Steelers could be getting the ball back with a chance to do something if they hold them here. And then more heat. Pass picked. Picked at midfield by McFadden. Bryant McFadden chased out by Booker, but not until he moves it inside of the 40. Lawrence Timmons, back-to-back plays, applying pressure on McNabb.
Another linebacker on the outside, relentless, didn't give up. And the fact that he didn't give up, Donovan McNabb stood in there tough. What's 90? Oh, what a move by Timmons. And that hit on McNabb made the football float. Look how wide open the receiver is. Deshaun Jackson wide open when the football is over his head.
McFadden starting today for the injured Deshae Townsend, and that ends McNabb's interception streak at 112 straight passes. The other thing to review this, I think McFadden may have been touched just before he got back up after the pick. So that if this would be the difference of about 13 yards, I'd say. I think it was about the 49 of the Eagles. So again, it's inside of 2 minutes. They call for the review from up top. Watch this. Jackson comes over. Does he get a hand on him before he's up?
He does.
Yep.
Looked like he touched him. I'm not laughing. He touched him, and then he had to duck as fast as he could because Troy Polamalu was coming in to block him.
A good catch from up top, and that will put...
Just think about it. The numbers are overwhelming. Yeah, definitely. Good shot. You can definitely see that he touched him on the helmet.
That'll put it back at the 49 instead of at the 36.
But, you know, Jim, just look at the game. The sacks by the Eagles defense. Donovan McNabb, all the completions. Now, look at the score. And the Steelers have the ball. 2 turnovers. They kept Philadelphia just completely dominating.
Tuesday on CBS, CY Entertainment Weekly calls The Mentalist a fun, fast-paced treat. Simon Baker stars as the Mentalist. It's premiering Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. We have not had a punt in this game today. We just saw the McNabb interception-free streak end at 112. Just a few snaps after Roethlisberger saw a streak of 126 passes without an interception end. So again, the reviewing was McFadden down at the 49. It looks like there was contact. No question on top of the helmet. The knee was still down. Walt Anderson, you have to think, is going to back this one up from the 36 to the 49.
Well, I always say pressure on a quarterback makes you inaccurate and not very smart. That time it was just inaccurate for Donovan McNabb because he's hit as he throws it, leads to the interception.
It was an interception. The Philadelphia player's left hand contacted the helmet of the Pittsburgh player while he was down. It'll be Pittsburgh's ball at the 49-yard line. Please put 1:37 on the game clock. 1:37.
Bryant McFadden now with 2 takeaways in this first half. He had the fumble recovery off the Hunt fumble as the Eagles were driving to begin the game. That recovery inside of the 20-yard line. The Eagles were going in for a score, and now the interception here inside 2 minutes of the first half.
Interesting scenario I always find, like at the end of the game when you're protecting a lead, or how are you going to play it on both sides of the ball. The Eagles, so much success pressuring the quarterback. Here it is at the end of the first half. Do you just kind of lay back and don't want to give up the big play, or do you keep working with what's been successful?
Weldy Moore sent wide to the right. Shotgun time for Roethlisberger. To Hines Ward, dancing around to the 42, picks up 8.
I did know the answer to my own question.
You always do.
Well, sometimes you got to ask yourself a question, Jim. But the Eagles, they're not one of these teams that gets in that prevent defense too often. So they came with the blitz, but the Steelers making some nice adjustments, getting rid of the football and keeping an extra blocker in.
2nd down and 2. They go inside with Weldy Moore, and he has the first, as you see the red line indicating where they have to get to be really within Reed's distance. And we got a timeout now called by Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh after the 6-yard gain coming off the McNabb interception.
A kick, a 30-yard field goal attempt to try to win it. Ball down, kick on the way. It is good. It's good. It's good. And that's it.
Live from your pocket, it's the NFL. Get the new NFL Mobile Live free with any data plan. Only from Sprint. Only on the Now Network.
After talking to Ben last night, what about that shoulder?
Hey, it's just this simple. He had a sprained shoulder. It is a separation. It's just not severe. So it's a play on words. A separated shoulder by a quarterback, your throwing arm sounds bad, but it was really something he could deal with.
The first down with heat and again slung down. Omar Gather with the sack this time, and Roethlisberger having little chance to even improvise. Violent toss to the ground and a loss of 7 and another timeout, Pittsburgh.
Welcome to Southwest Airlines.
Thanks. I need to check this bag. How much is that going to cost me?
There's no charge on Southwest, sir.
Hallelujah! Well, I have another one, and I'm sure I'll have to pay for that.
Actually, your first 2 checked bags are free.
Hallelujah! 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 On Southwest Airlines, we don't believe in charging for things that should be free. So what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
After the Omar Gather sack, now in this quarter, 9 pass plays by the Steelers, resulting in 6 sacks, 1 interception, and 2 completions. You're saying it's just unbelievable what you're watching.
It is. You got to tell your quarterback, throw it away, because you worry about his health. You got to protect him for the season.
2nd down, 17. Nate Washington comes up, gets free for a moment, and tackled at the 36. Got away from Lito Shepard, picks up 6, but still 3rd and 11.
Jim, they were coming free again. And why do you blitz? Because you find a weakness in the scheme of what the offense is trying to do. It's an understatement to say the Eagles have found the weakness.
Clock running inside of 30 seconds. Need to get near the 25 for the first. This time he escapes for a moment anyway and is taken down as he fires it Parker and Patterson, again, the two applying heat.
Even when he avoids the first pressure, which we've talked about, he still cannot outrun the defense to make the play. And we've said it, it's just a new Eagles defense. It's faster, and it's very evident in this first half.
They're going to try a long field goal, and this is interesting because should he miss, you know, you might give the Eagles a chance. There's only 18 seconds, but give them a chance to complete one pass and attempt the field goal of their own. It's a 53-yarder and a timeout first. Called by the Steelers, the timeout. Here are the Eagles, who allowed 24 points in the first half at Dallas on Monday night. They've given up only a field goal so far today.
Well, one little breeze, which there's not really anything, would be to the back of Reed.
You like going for the field goal right here? I mean, it's high risk, 53 yards, and again, you could set the other team up at the 43.
You definitely are going to give them a chance to complete a pass, try a field goal. If you miss, and no question, you're going to give them a chance to throw a long pass into the end zone to end the first half. But I would go for the field goal. This is something you know, hey, he has a chance of making it. It's the first half. If it backfires, you still have time to overcome it.
This would be the longest field goal of Reed's NFL career. His previous long 51. This is 53. And a timeout called by the Eagles. We'll take the break with them. 18 seconds to go first half. 10-3 Eagles on top.
Introducing Turbo HD by Dish Network. The only 100% HD service, featuring 1080p VOD and the best HD DVR. Packages start at just $24.99 a month. Turbo HD by Dish Network.
Got to be the roughest quarter of Roethlisberger's career. Been hammered about 7 times. His team's attempting a field goal after each team calls timeout. Now getting set for Reed from 53. Over on the hold, and the kick by Reed goes through with plenty to spare. Longest of his career, Jeff Reed. He only missed 2 kicks all of last year. Again, most accurate percentage-wise in the league. One was a 65-yarder before the half at Denver, 65 yards. The other was 44 yards he missed in the mud in that game against Miami.
Watch where this hits. Look how far this goes over into the net.
He could watch his own reaction up on the Jumbotron as he was facing it, watching it sail through the uprights. 10-6. And Roethlisberger, no doubt, ready for a little intermission break.
Well, they escaped. Ben Roethlisberger didn't, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have escaped this first half. And now, that phrase we always hear about halftime adjustments, it is true today. The Steelers will have to go in and reassess what they can do. And they're going to settle down, and it's going to be protection first. So that's going to limit some of your opportunities to throw the football down the field. But most of all, they got to start running it so they can get in passing situations where they don't have to worry about the quarterback getting hit.
Just a short kick by design by Reed. And Lewis takes it to about the 29. So Roethlisberger sacked 6 times in the second quarter, plus 1 time had the face mask when Cole reached in and turned his head on a swivel. So just for a little extra punishment.
You know, Jim, it's not even that. And I say this and everybody goes, "Yo, that's stupid." It's not. Sometimes when you're sacked, they don't hurt because you see it coming, you feel it, you can protect yourself. It's the hits that he's taking when he's throwing the football, which is causing to me, all the pain.
So McNabb, after his first 15 throws were completed, 1 of 4 since that time with the pick. The McFadden interception leading to that field goal. And they're just going to kneel on it here to close out the first half. A 10-6 Eagles lead at the intermission. The Sprint halftime report is coming up Coming up after this message and a word from your local station. Not a single punt in that first half. Eagles on top. You're watching the NFL on in for the score. It's 10-6 Eagles. Second half coming up.
You gotta love college tradition.
Tradition like doping the players?
This used to be a game, Coach. You ever miss that?
When everything is on the line, the best in the world reach for TaylorMade. More than Callaway, Cleveland, Cobra, Nike, and Ping combined. TaylorMade, the #1 driver in golf.
And we're back here in Philadelphia with the Steelers about to receive the second half kick. And a reminder, this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. One of the stories of that first half, of course, the absence most of the way of Ryan Westbrook, who was taken to the locker room in that first quarter with an ankle injury and has not returned to this point. We're told his return questionable. Rashard Mendenhall standing about a foot behind the goal line, and the rookie by way of Illinois stays away from this one for the touchback. It's a 10-6 lead for the Eagles, and that Eagles defense made quite an impression on everybody in that first half, Phil.
Yeah, they made a good impression. The 6 sacks, that was a big part of the first half. And then the fact that Donovan McNabb starts out 15 of 15. So if you take those stats alone, the Eagles should be in control of the football game, and they're not. And one of the big reasons why, as you look at the sacks at the bottom of the screen, but the turnovers, the 2 turnovers by the Eagles, to me, hurt them a lot worse than it hurt the Steelers.
Only 66 total yards for the Steelers and under 20 yards on the ground. When you talk about Willie Parker coming off of back-to-back 100-yard performances, 5 carries, 11 yards in that first half. That's it. Give it to Parker here off the left side, and he scoots ahead for 4. Scoring summary off a fumble recovery. It led to a Jeff Reed field goal. Then the Eagles drove, and Buckholder dove for the touchdown. And Akers, 31-yard field goal, 10-3. And with seconds to go in the first half, Jeff Reed with a career-long 53 yards.
Steelers try to settle this game down, and the Eagles, like I said, they missed an opportunity to really get control of this game in the first half.
A 2nd down and 6 for Pittsburgh. Across the middle, pulled in. Drake grabbed there by Hines Ward, but it's ruled incomplete.
Yeah, the football did hit the ground, yes. He reaches out, inside receiver. Oh, yes, fell completely under him, then bounced right back up. But what did we notice? More protection, a little rhythm, get rid of the football a lot quicker on that first throw by the Steelers.
Dan Klecko on that defensive front for the Eagles. Number 68. It's 3rd down and 6. And flags nullify the play.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Dan Klecko, the former Patriot, former Indianapolis Colt, coming over to the Eagles, and yesterday becoming a father for the first time. Nathan Daniel, 9 pounds.
Wow.
Born Saturday, and giving Joe Klecko his first grandchild.
There you go. Keep the tradition going. Big Kleckos.
That's right. Got another one. 3rd down and 11. After the 5-yard step off against the Steelers. And again, movement on that left side. With that K. Moyatu.
False start, number 68.
Yep.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
They're getting the right here on the left side. There it is. Well, let me ask you a question, Jim. Your quarterback's been sacked 6 times. The crowd is starting to get a little loud, and everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage. Would you be nervous?
Well, that's what's happened here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The linemen just so fearful that the Eagles are going to get that fast step on them.
And the Eagles, knowing it's getting longer situation, they're just going to make Roethlisberger throw it quick because they're going to blitz.
Threatening to go long. Now another flag in the area of holding, and it's behind Holmes. Darren Howard, the one chasing Roethlisberger this time.
How'd the Cowboys score 40 points in this defense?
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. They can cover. You can see this is not an accident. They know how to get to the passer.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Holding number 68. That penalty is declined. Illegal forward pass, number 7. The quarterback was beyond the line of scrimmage when the pass was thrown. That's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. It's 4th down.
I know one thing in that game against the Cowboys. They did not register a sack in that game. They had 6 in the second quarter alone here today. We've just been notified from the Eagles sideline that McNabb has been taken back into the locker room. They're working on an injury to his chest, is the word we're receiving.
Well, I told you I saw him bending over the one time when he came to the sideline.
That's Berger with the first punt of this game. Jackson, stutter step move 37, waiting for something to form. Nothing there, still looking for the edge, and steps out near the 44. He's electrifying the rookie from Cal Berkeley. 54-yard punt, 8-yard return, and Kevin Cobb is ready to go for the Eagles.
All right, your fare is going to be $69.
Wow, it's not bad. That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and give me $25 for a bag fee, $15 for a booking fee. Why don't you just give me your whole wallet? Give me the whole thing. Give it to me now. Gimme. Is there a problem?
Yeah, but that's more than you said it would be. Hidden fees are the other side of some low fares. But on Southwest Airlines, what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
In celebration of our 100th anniversary,
we're sharing our GM employee discount with everyone.
You pay what we pay.
not a cent more.
The GM employee discount.
For everyone.
Now through September 30th, you pay what we pay on all 2008 and most 2009 Cadillac models, like the award-winning CTS. GM employee pricing for everyone. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
I just bought stock. You just saw me buy stock. No big deal. I mean, you know, if I can do it.
Whoa. It's so easy. There are 1,000 new accounts a day at E-Trade.
SAP is affordable solutions for companies like ours. I have a sneaky feeling the world of high-precision electronic gas pressure gauges is about to change.
The murder of that poor girl is in this room. What? No badge, no gun. They don't even give me dental.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
At quarterback, Kevin Cobb in his second year out of the University of Houston. Second-round pick a year ago. Hands it off here to Booker. And it's a gain of about 2. You'll recall, if you're with us in that first half, McNabb was shaken up on the last play of the first quarter. They were attempting a flea flicker, and 3 players landed on him, including Kershke. And Westbrook, by the way, went out here with what we're told is an ankle injury and has not returned. McNabb never did come out for warm-ups to get ready for the second half.
When he came out to the sideline after that flea flicker, he was rolling his shoulder and bending backwards, and you could tell it was just more than a shoulder injury.
Kevin Cobb has never thrown a pass in his NFL career in the regular season until now. Ball batted in the air, and Polamalu almost got there. The Steelers think they have it. That was off the fingertips of L.J. Smith and off a vicious hit. It was batted in the air.
McFadden reads the route, drives it very well, and watch Polamalu goes out. Oh,
wow.
My gosh.
What an athletic play by Polamalu. Did the ball, though, did it
hit the ground?
Did it hit the ground? It may have. Challenge flag is out. Andy Reid's already thrown the red flag.
Oh, he got his arm. I think he got it under it.
You think it's under it? The nose of the football in that case.
Challenging the ruling on the field of an interception.
It can. The nose of the football can still hit the ground as long as you're cradling it at the time.
You got it. Looked like he had possession as his arm was under it, as the nose hit the ground.
Hybrids. Why are hybrids always tiny cars? They never have seating for a DVD entertainment system, an 8-inch nav screen, and all the trimmings. You know what they should hybrid? This thing. That's what they should hybrid. Oh, did I just spoil the secret?
We need to open this Coors Light cooler for some Frostbrewed refreshment. Do you know the combination?
Go double right, turbo right, double pump.
Coach, it's not working.
Tandem right, Zeke Peel. Where's San Diego? Forget it, Coach. Gonna wedge it open with a crowbar. Let's wedge it. I'm trying.
Frostbrewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach, we still can't get into the Coors Light. You're gonna have to come up here.
Time out.
He's coming.
This year, Drew Brees and his New Orleans Saints teammates took me and my buddies out to play in the Louisiana sunshine. He gave me some fishing tips, a couple of football pointers, and treated us to a down-home picnic. We even got to play in a backyard game with Drew. That was fun.
That's a good spiral. High fives. I'm Drew Brees, and I'm part of the NFL's movement for an active generation. For great play ideas, visit NFLRush.com.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans. And by E-Trade.
And we're back. They're still waiting word. Will the interception by Polamalu stand?
Well, the rule has been changed. That is tough. It was called a completion on the field, but we'll find out.
Ruling on the field stands.
There you go.
Philadelphia is charged with its first timeout.
Polamalu's third pick here in week 3 now, already with 3 on the season. For Cobb, he had not thrown a pass, I should say, as a rookie. He had come in late in the game against St. Louis week 1. And threw 6 late passes in that one. Polamalu healthy again.
Healthy.
And Tomlin told us last night, so good to have Troy back like he used to be. Last year, really, he never was 100%.
No, but look what he's done this year, or in the first game, got an interception.
Off a Schaub.
And you said it right against Cleveland.
Then off Derek Anderson.
The Steelers, they think when he's back there, they have a chance to be exceptional on defense.
And they love having Ryan Clark back also at free safety. First down. Parker sidesteps the first hit, spins away from the second. And that is a hard-earned 2 yards. Sheldon Brown finally finishes him off.
Steelers got to decide here. They're in a fight. And I'm talking about the offense, the offensive line. It's a fight, and they might stop it.
And
you got to start firing out and hitting them and trying to win the physical war, and then maybe you'll start making some plays behind them.
Tomlin and Arians we met with yesterday were thrilled by the play of the offensive line the first 2 weeks. Getting under 3 yards per rush. They go back to Parker. He gets no yardage this time.
You know, Jim, confusion, getting beat, it does a lot of things. Of course, it hurts your self-confidence. And when you get in a situation like this, you just got to start hitting and quit worrying about assignments.
Roethlisberger awkwardly here at the end of the handoff, and one of his own guys ran into him, knocked him down. So he's taking hits from every direction. And he's got third down and long. 3rd and 10. Mwelde Moore back in as a third down back.
Keeping guys in to protect.
Still not enough help, though, as Roethlisberger ekes out a 1-yard gain to avoid the sack as Trent Cole got to him first. Brian Dawkins blitzing again from the secondary.
Well, we started the game saying he's back, talking about Donovan McNabb. Well, the blitz is back in Philadelphia. And this new defense with its speed, confusion, the coverage is getting overlooked. They are covering them. They're blanketing the receivers down the field. Nowhere to throw it.
Berger's second punt of the quarter. Originally drafted by the Eagles back in 1994 out of Colorado, and his kick, fair catch at the 15 by Deshaun Jackson. Kevin Cobb coming back out. His interception did not lead to any points.
Do you know me? I created the Muppets.
That was a wicked googly.
Hello, John Cleese here. With my birds? I think so. Need those.
Does this side look heavy to you?
Here, we have the protagonist, but where's the antagonist? Huh? Where's the drama?
The American Express card.
Don't leave home without it!
Card members have always made a difference. Now you can too. Vote on the innovative projects you think would help change people's lives. And American Express will fund them. Visit membersproject.com.
Go the distance with an NFL team lamp and choose from thousands of other authentic NFL products, including these Believe in Zip hoodies, available at NFLshop.com and select retailers.
Tuesday, the NCIS team is breaking up.
Breaking up is hard to do.
But keeping them apart
Please get them back.
will be even harder.
You heard from Ziva?
I really need to come home, boss.
Working on this. I'm going to give you a code.
But it is illegal, right? Don't answer that.
NCIS season premiere, CBS Tuesday.
And look who just stepped back out onto the field. Donovan McNabb. However, Cobb remains the quarterback. And a throw here on first down over to Jackson. And takes it to about the 21.
Look how good did I look.
I'll tell you, watching McNabb emerge from the tunnel, this crowd roared as you might expect. Everything was there for a special moment, except gonna fly now. It was Rocky-like watching him come back out here. And we saw him throw a few passes, warming up on the sideline. So
yeah, he looked good.
Possible return on a day where he's already set the Eagle record for most touchdown passes in a career. Pass somehow got through, and Baskett has the catch. That was dangerous. Picks up 11.
You're right. Sometimes you just throw it through the defense, and that's what Kevin Cobb does. Lamar Woodley can't even raise his arm up and knock it down fast enough. I think Kevin Cobb is, Jim, you know him well. University of Houston, ran an offense where it was all on him for 4 years. So he comes in the NFL with a lot of throws. That experience helps you in situations like this.
Stevensville, Texas, and here he hands it off to Buckhalter. Spins, good move. Buckhalter out to the 40, a first down carry of about 8. Got away from Larry Foote. We'll give him 7 yards on that one. And now they're going to, in the middle of this series, they're going to bring McNabb out. They love Cobb here in Houston. Philadelphia, and after all that he did to rekindle that program in Houston, you know, he was a second-round pick here. People will say, why are they taking Kevin Kolb this high? And already won over his team in a year and a half. But look at McNabb back onto the field.
They took him to ensure what they think is a good football team. You get insurance for your star quarterback.
It's a second down and 3. McNabb comes right back out, ready to throw. Flings it over to Buckhalter. And I tell you, if he's hurt, that's not an easy throw to make. Picks up 5.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's really phenomenal. And I'm not overstating it. Some of the throws, the strength and the power he shows. And I asked him, because I watch these guys and evaluate them and sometimes go, well, he could be losing this guy. And I said to Donovan McNabb, how about your arm? I said, be honest with me. What, would you say it's equal to the way it was when you came in the NFL, or what level? And he says, oh, it's stronger now than it was when I was a rookie. And I believe it. He's just gotten better at throwing the football, learned more. His mechanics are better, so that gives him better accuracy and power.
On first down, up the middle they go. Booker scampers out to the 50. You know, you talk to McNabb, though, and one of the reasons he feels like his arm strength is there is because of his offseason training, working on bolstering his core and his legs has resulted in more velocity with his arm.
Well, it's quite evident when you watch him play, his strength. It's been noted. I've talked about it. I knew it when he came in the NFL from Syracuse. He can handle an incredible amount of weight, and it has helped him. It keeps you healthy. You can absorb hits.
Second down. Wide open alley for Buckhalter. Takes it inside the 40 for a run of 11.
Well, the Steelers, they talked about the one thing they want to do, set the edge. Well, where's the edge? Nobody is there. John Runyon blocks the guy down inside. L.J. Smith blocks outside, and there's nobody on the edge for the Steelers defense.
So the first drive for either side in the second half, midway through the third. We'll go with 4 receivers out of this formation, bringing Reggie Brown back onto the field. From the 39. Again, zipping it, this time wide of the mark, looking for Reggie Brown. It's not too late to play free fantasy football at NFL.com/fantasy, and also enter the NFL.com Fantasy Inside Access Sweepstakes for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Super Bowl 43. We were talking about how Westbrook had become a fantasy star, drafted so many cases in the first 3 picks, and many had him right behind LaDainian Tomlinson. He's out here today with an ankle injury, has not returned since the first quarter.
I was about ready to fall asleep when you were talking about all that fantasy stuff.
Told you loved it. Here's Buckhalter. Again, nothing there. Only a yard. Aaron Smith anchoring down that side.
You know, not to go back, but the one thing I do like about it, Jim, fantasy football has brought more fans to the game, and it's been good. So I know I'll make fun of it, but it's helping everybody.
Casey Hampton just limped off the field, Phil, for the Steelers, their nose tackle. 48 yards offense for the Eagles in this quarter.
Well, it's a big drive. The Steelers defense, they got to know, hey, our offense is not doing anything. So if you fall farther behind, it's going to make it even harder.
Left unattended to the left side.
Look at all the blitzers.
And McNabb fires it and almost intercepted. Jumping in front of Avant was William Gay. So it'll be 4th and 9. And the drive bogs down once they get just inside the 40.
Yeah, good job. The Steelers trying to pressure, do something different. Instead of letting them just march down the field, you got to make a stand. They did, and the Eagles were not ready for it. That's why there was an incompletion from Donovan McNabb.
Savraka in for his first punt attempt. Looks like a good one, too. Fair catch signaled and made by Mewelde Moore. Roethlisberger wanting some time. Will he get it on this next series?
Guys, let's talk commitment. Relax, talking about beer. Budweiser has stayed true to the same recipe for over 130 years, through 5 generations. They could have cut corners, but they didn't, because they won't sacrifice quality or great taste. 130 years. Now that's commitment.
I love commitment.
I really want to make you mine.
It has 124 sound dampening innovations that help make the cabin as quiet as the flagship BMW and Mercedes sedans, which helps keep outside noises, well, outside. Introducing the new Hyundai Genesis. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
Connect to everything you love in life with BlackBerry.
Don't miss the season premiere of CSI Miami, CBS tomorrow.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by BlackBerry and by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. That last drive by the Eagles, a drive which began with Kevin Colby quarterback and ended with McNabb. They didn't produce any points, but they changed field position. Going from their own 15, punting away down to the 10. The Roethlisberger's ready to throw it. Finally, he had an opportunity to go unpressured and completes it to Heath Miller.
Well, you talk
spotlight
about
here, Phil.
Yeah, the spotlight. The blitzers are coming from everywhere. Outside, Steelers, no answers. And they get the sack on Ben Roethlisberger. Look at the inside. Two guys up there. One goes back. It fools the offensive line. And Omar Gaither gets an easy sack.
It was a 16-yard hook up to Heath Miller. And a first down from the 26. Now it's Parker getting the call. Running right into Stuart Bradley for 3 yards. Jim Johnson's been sending them today. 12 blitzes.
Negative yards. Wow, fumbles. It's really.
It sacks 4 out of the 12 blitzes.
Not bad. And what's really been impressive when Roethlisberger gets away from the blitz or the pressure, that he cannot find that wide open receiver down the field, which he usually does.
A second down, 7. Again, the Steelers stacked up. Parker, no gain. And maybe able to pick up a yard out of it.
That was a good no gain. You know why? Now it's 3rd and 5 or 6, and it just gives 3rd and 6. It gives them a chance. If they throw it, something goes wrong, lose yardage, then it's basically give up and punt.
Only 1 out of 6 on 3rd down in this game.
Trying different formations to make sure Ben Roethlisberger gets more time.
They stack the left side. Ward will stay over there. Roethlisberger fakes going left, now tucks it under, and he's going to be stopped well short of the first. Quentin Michael, the first of many to get to him, picks up 2, but brings back Berger for the 3rd time in the quarter.
Ooh, I was too busy watching. I don't know why. It's a screen to the outside, and he can't throw it. The coverage is so tight. Look outside. They want to throw it to Hines? No, to Santonio Holmes, and they're chasing. And the quarterback knows I'm in trouble.
Berger punting away to Deshaun Jackson. From the 15. Oh, brought back down. Andre Frazier with a great coverage up the 53-yard punt.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com. How can I help you? Well, I haven't shopped for car insurance in a while. And you're worried that you've been paying too much, right? Yeah. So how can I know I'm getting a good deal? We can compare your Progressive Direct rate with other top companies. Wow. Seriously? Yeah. Look at the deal we just got him. that's a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, or a big tricked-out name tag.
Making sure you get a great deal. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
I'm pro quarterback David Garrard. This year, Centercorp would donate $10,000 for each touchdown I score to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. Crohn's knocked me down, but now I'm back in the zone.
It's time for everyone to seize power. The power to clean tooth by tooth and reduce up to twice as much plaque as a regular manual brush. The power to demand a dentist-like smooth, clean feeling every day. Power to the people. Oral-B.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time doing that.
Alex!
Oh, no.
Alex!
Whoa, what's up with your dad?
Son!
Since we got Rhapsody on Verizon Wireless, I get all my favorite music. Unfortunately, my dad gets his favorites, too.
Alexander Garrett, why won't you answer your dad?
So does my mom.
I was weird at that age, too.
Rhapsody on Verizon Wireless. Access to millions of songs, and you get them all for one flat rate. Enjoy them on a touchscreen Samsung Glide for $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
Oh, my God.
Buckle up.
Officer down!
TV's #1 suspense thriller is back.
Have you seen any of my team?
And it's gonna be a killer ride.
The city's about to get hit.
Criminal Minds. Season premiere. CBS Wednesday.
18 new castaways marooned in exotic Africa. Survivor Gabon premieres Thursday on CBS in high definition.
I think one year you and I should go on one of those Survivor things, but I know I couldn't win.
Why is that?
Because you're such a politician.
Oh, thank you.
That you would get me voted off quickly.
I would come up with a little conspiracy against you, huh? Here we go with pass play over to Buckhalter, and he's knocked out short of the 20. How about that coverage by the Eagles?
It was tremendous coverage to the outside. Look, there's time. He's got space. They're going to run a screen outside to Santonio Holmes. He goes to throw it. Nobody's open, and then look out. This is, well, how do I explain it? I can't believe it's 10-6. That's what I'm trying to say. Because physically, the Eagles are winning on both sides.
Just moved by Buckhalter to get away from Polk. Still very little gain. In fact, no gain at all. James Harrison tackles him 3rd and 7 with 3 minutes to go. And again, Brian Westbrook injured in that first half. The word is an ankle injury, and he has not returned. Philly got 3rd down on the way from the 20-yard line.
Sometimes playing offense like this, your defense is playing so well, you go, my gosh, if we don't make a mistake, we can't lose.
Booker in a slot to the left. He's down there waiting for McNabb to see him. Man, McNabb cannot free himself from Lamar Woodley.
Well, both teams this week, they're going to spend most of their time on the offensive side going over their blitz pickups and what to do. And Woodley, how about that? Just overpowers John Runyon and fights through it, and then still has the strength to bring down Donovan McNabb.
That's a 7-yard sack. Pittsburgh's defense saying, hey, we can do this too. Rocket a punt to Santonio Holmes. Does a good job fielding that snap. Not a long punt at all. Holmes makes the fair catch at his own 48 after a 39-yard punt. Don't miss the show the critics calling this season's best new comedy. It's Worst Week. It premieres tomorrow after 2.5 Men on CBS. Big premiere week coming up on CBS. Now, you're basically saying that as physically dominating as the Philadelphia defense has been, it's still only a 10-6 game.
Yeah, it's like, Jim, the story of the first half was that all the opportunities, all the good plays, they didn't take advantage of it. It was only 10-6. And here's the ball at midfield. Sooner or later, the Steelers have got to make a play.
Miller in motion. Tight end settles in a slot to the right.
He knows here comes another blitz.
Picked up, pass, just a little too wide for Holmes. This time the line was able to pick up the blitz.
Good picking up the blitz. It was a bread and butter play. Look to Ben Roethlisberger right side. They got them all picked up, and they love this rhythm throw. He's going to look to his right because he knows, oh, there's my guy. Hit, turn, and let it go, but it's not on target. Last week, every one of these he threw were perfect. Of course, with pressure, getting hit, it throws your timing and rhythm off.
It's only 4 for his last 9 with an interception, as he's been given little opportunity to make some relaxed throws. That one tipped. Getting a hand on it, Gaither.
Same thought to the other side. Omar Gaither does a wonderful job of watching the quarterback. He falls off. It looked like he was going to be a blitzer, and he falls off and gets his hand up. Very good job. When Brian Dawkins he's going to be all over too, though.
Crowd on its feet, 3rd and 10, cheering on this Eagles defense, which has been outstanding. Hines Ward will have the first down. And Roethlisberger had enough heat on that one. Picks up 16.
Yeah, he did. And it's a credit. Stay relaxed. Hines Ward in the slot. Going to go inside. Sheldon Brown protected against across the field. He knows right away he's going to Hines Ward because it's a blitz, one-on-one coverage. And the Steelers keeping 2 guys in to help protect Ben Roethlisberger.
So a new set of downs at the 36. Willie Parker. You think Roethlisberger's frustrated? How about Parker? That's 4, one of his longest runs today. We've got an update. James Brown in New York.
Jim and Phil, New Orleans has narrowed the deficit to Denver to 5. Drew Brees having an outstanding afternoon. Little swing pass here to Reggie Bush. 6 yards to pay dirt. Brees 27-33, 327 yards and a touchdown. 31-26 Denver late in the 3rd. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms.
And thank you, JB. That at one time was 21-3 Denver. So another wild one. Back-to-back weeks in Denver. 2nd down 4. A 6. 2nd down 6. And Parker talking about his frustration level too, Phil.
Oh, well, that was the ultimate run formation for Pittsburgh. Ultimate. They had 3 tight ends to one side. That's why you do it, so you know you can block it up and you can smash it in there for 2 yards. Well, couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's like they're going to be content just to go ahead and let it run down and send it to the 4th quarter. Decide things over the final 15 minutes. Through 3, it's 10-6 Eagles. Back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
You rarely find John McCain and Barack Obama in the same place. But tonight, you'll find both of them answering the tough questions you've come to expect from 60 Minutes.
Hit the road with the all-new Amazing Race. Premieres next Sunday after 60 Minutes.
You recording? Yeah. All right, good. Hey, we hear you live in a test market for McDonald's new Angus 3rd Pounders. Yeah, thing is, we don't. But we want those burgers, so you better try it.
Wicked large.
All right, settle down there, Francis. They got 3rd pound patties and 3 sets of tasty toppings.
Sauteed mushrooms.
Yeah, nice sign. My nephew in kindergarten draws better. So do your part and eat up, like today.
Grab a new, thick, juicy Angus 3rd Pounder. Your country needs you.
When I wanted to check out the hospital before Dad's surgery.
When I saw 2 little hearts beating on the sonogram.
When I wanted to see the alternatives.
When I wanted to know how much my procedure would cost.
When I just wanted the facts.
With Highmark, you get essential information, an unsurpassed network, and all the tools you need to have a greater hand in your health.
It was tested. And tested again.
The Kia Sedona was the first minivan to earn both the Insurance Institute's top safety pick and the government's 5-star crash safety rating in all 4 categories. The Kia Sedona. No other minivan has a higher safety rating.
Hurry in and get $5,000 cash back on the 2008 Kia Sedona LX.
KDKA TV News, the area's most watched news station, morning, noon, and night.
Fourth quarter about to get underway. Defense has been the story here, especially the Eagles. And Roethlisberger has taken a beating. And McNabb playing hurt. Missed a few snaps in the third quarter. But he's back. And Buckholter has the game's only touchdown. 4-point margin as the fourth quarter begins. Jim Nantz, Bill Sims on the scene here. The Steelers at the Eagles 33 and a 3rd and 7. Again, no time. He actually stepped into more pressure and a flag down. Darren Howard, but one to wrap him up this time.
Holding number 74, offense. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
That takes him out of field goal range. Willie Colon was the one called for that, but the sack will stand.
Well, it just happened so fast from the outside. Oh, boy. Willie Colon has no chance. It was going by so fast, he couldn't even grab him to pull him down.
7th sack today by Philadelphia. Berger hopes to get a little field position here for the Steelers. And does so. Backs him up to the 9-yard line. 28 yards, that's all he wanted.
Guzzlers be gone, Buffett, new Rana, Buffett is go.
You're watching the Redskins run out the clock, then you find out the Bears just punched it in for 6 and you missed it. With DirecTV, you're alerted anytime a team's about to score.
Get real-time alerts and see every play inside the 20, only on DirecTV.
This is big news. Original Recipe has gone boneless. Introducing new KFC Original Recipe strips. Boneless all-white meat chicken, freshly prepared with those famous 11 herbs and spices. It's a whole new way to enjoy Original Recipe on the go. Get the Original Recipe strips deal for just $3.99.
Coach, he took my last cold Coors Light.
That's when you're going to have a psychological letdown.
Hey, Coach, what do you think of this vented wide-mouth can?
I'm very pleased that anything that might come out of it would be a positive thing.
Hey, Coach, in one word, what makes the vented can special?
Flow, F-L-O-W.
The vented wide mouth can. It lets in air for a smooth, refreshing pour.
Coach, it says here that too much hairspray makes your follicles dry and brittle.
Well, that would be the big concern that I would have.
Yeah, well, it really should. Okay.
Let me just help you.
Oh, my God. Sorry.
Worst week. New comedy. Series premieres CBS tomorrow.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Mitch Berger has just pinned Philadelphia back inside the 20 for the 3rd straight punt. The defense of the Eagles with 7 sacks. Westbrook's been out most of the way. Booker the tailback. Buckholter lined up as the fullback. They'll run it with the former Dolphin. Getting about 2 yards. College football next Saturday on CBS. The Home Depot SEC. It'll be Tennessee tangling with Auburn. Tennessee-Auburn. And the hoopla all begins with Brando and Tillman, Timmy B and Spencer in the TIAA Kraft College Football Studio. College football
Jim,
today.
You cannot underscore Westbrook being out, what this does for both sides of the football. Changes play calling for the Eagles.
2nd down and 9. Play action and a good one. Oh, and that pass almost intercepted by Ike Taylor.
And that would not have been Donovan McNabb's fault. When you're a quarterback and you see a defender close, look outside. Hank Baskett, he goes away from the football. You got to drive back to it and make sure your pads are always inside the defenders. But Brian Westbrook, Andy Reid, Marty Morningweg, they have a section of their play calling sheet that is just for him. The Steelers have defenses that were just to make sure they covered Brian Westbrook. Well, that's gone for both sides.
3rd and 9 from the 11. Pittsburgh stop here, and they'll set up good field position. And the catch, no, they say did not have both feet in. That was Deshaun Jackson with William Gay on the coverage.
Tremendous coverage, tight. It's tight. So Donovan McNabb throws it the only spot he can, and it's definitely out of bounds. Outside and high. Otherwise, it's in trouble. Jackson not able to get his feet down. Boy, the defense doing their job once again.
Rocca almost blocked. That was Davis that came crashing in. What a punt. Rocca's punt goes all the way back to the 25. Holmes still on his feet, but manages only a couple of yards on the return.
How big is that?
Boy, he punted that right at the goal line. It's officially 64 yards.
It's time saving energy costs less. It's time guaranteed low prices got even lower. We know times are tough. That's why the Home Depot is lowering the cost on hundreds of items throughout the store, including energy-efficient ones like ceiling fans and programmable thermostats. So the products that save you the most money will save you even more. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
During endless shrimp at Red Lobster, you can have something decadent with something crunchy, then something creamy, then something new. Like shrimp in a spicy Cajun butter sauce. And after that, you can do it all again. It's endless shrimp. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp dishes. While the shrimp are endless, this offer isn't. Come in now for the best value of the year at Red Lobster.
Hey, we landed.
In the middle of the road. Hop in, there's room.
There's one thing. We're nudish.
Wow.
Ugh.
Rear view camera. Ride ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by KFC's new original recipe strips. Life tastes better with KFC. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by the all-new Pilot, only from Honda.
Sav Rocca, 1 yard shy of his career long, 64 yards. What a time to deliver it, too.
Hey, every once in a while, punter can be most valuable player, too. I'm serious. That was almost took points off the board. He kicked it so far.
Steelers from the 30. And intended for Holmes.
You think pressure hits on a quarterback, they don't affect him as the game goes along? Even when Ben Roethlisberger is getting protection now, he's missing pass routes that I'd never seen miss. Out cuts, rhythm throws to the inside, just a little off target. Shoot, I don't know, Jim. Can you hit the golf ball as well if somebody just hits you about 30, 40 times?
I don't hit it well no matter what.
No, but no, the answer is no.
Only
you can't do it.
10 completions fell in the game. Sacked 7 times. 2nd down and 10. It's the quick toss over to Ward. But it's still set up 3rd and about 6. You know, we talked to Ben last night about this Eagle defense and asked him to describe that blitz of Jim Johnson's, and he called it crazy. It's crazy, and it has been today.
Well, look at the numbers. Both putting up good numbers, pretty good numbers for the situations they've been under, or the pressure that they've been under. As the coach always said, you got to be able to drive a Cadillac and a used car. And today, Ben's driving a used car. Still time to upgrade, though. 13 minutes.
Roethlisberger not able to get away. Boy, had he escaped Trent Cole, he might have been able to run for that first. Looked like enough open room.
You know, Jim, that's what's been so impressive. When he does get away, he can't escape. Look at the Parker down the field covered. Nobody open. Where are you going to throw the football? They don't even know where they're running to. They're too busy looking at the quarterback. Is he in trouble? Should I look quick? No rhythm right now.
That's Berger. High kick, not returnable. And a fair catch by Jackson at the 25. A little jawing going on with Anthony Smith. 40-yard punt, no return.
What the? You guys okay?
We're trapped, and there's 7 of us. There's no way we'll fit in there.
There's room for 8.
Oh, forget it. We have too many beverages.
There's like 12 cup holders in here.
But what about this bison?
That thing got my blood a-boiling.
That's probably just the seat warmer.
Seating for 8. Ride Ready. The new Pilot. Only from Honda.
I tried to do handstands for you. I tried to do headstands for you. Every time I fell on you, yeah. Every time I fell for you.
On CBS Premiere Monday.
Hey, qu'est-ce que ça?
Some secrets will be shared.
Hey, how was your day?
Bite me. Others, maybe not.
I can't tell you what it is. I should tell you, but I can't. I have to. I never will. I'm going to. Let's just drop it. What's up with you?
Don't miss the season premieres of The Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother. CBS tomorrow.
Well, it's very much the same second quarter. Roethlisberger, Eagles in his face.
Personal foul.
Sacked 7 times. We had no punts for either side of the first half. We've had 8 in just a little more than a quarter here in the second half. So again, the Eagles from the 25. You see Roethlisberger 4 times on third down. He has run for minimal gains, just barely avoiding. Could have been 4 more sacks to add to the 7 that are official. And play action, McNabb zips, completes, first down. Hank Baskett, third-year man out of New Mexico, gains 11.
Well, I like what the Eagles have done here. They're at least trying to give their wide receivers a chance to make plays. Look at all the people in the backfield. 2 running backs. It gives Donovan McNabb that extra second to look for his next receiver, and he throws it right on target. Nice catch.
6th catch of the game for 66 yards. And first down with 11 and a half to go. Setting up a screen with Booker. They got a flag down. He's going to bring this back.
They're going to call holding on the block.
Number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still first down.
Todd Harriman's called for that one. Tuesday on the season premiere of NCIS. The team is breaking up, but keeping them apart will be hard to do. Mark Harmon stars in NCIS. It's Tuesday on CBS.
Mark Harmon, ex-UCLA quarterback.
That's right.
Played some footballs with him once.
Of course, his dad was the famous 1940 Heisman Trophy winner. Tom Harmon, former CBS football announcer. On the 27, McNabb underneath. Just a short gain for Avant. Give him 5 yards.
You know, I'm going to go back to something I talked about the last series, but when you get in situations like this, and it's so tough to find ways to get first down, to get protection, that's when you miss Brian Westbrook, because you throw the screen, which they tried. You do little things that are not risky, but you get very good reward. That's what great players do for you. So that is definitely Yeah, I've noticed a difference in this Eagles offense since he's gone out.
Second down, 14. And that's a 7th grab on the game for Baskett. But 3rd on the way. One more look at that Westbrook injury from the first quarter. Trying to avoid inflicting any pain or injury on a teammate. Stepping over Trey Thomas. Landing awkwardly. They say it's an ankle injury, and Buckhalter, his replacement, a man who has dealt with injuries his entire career, has scored the game's only touchdown. 3rd down and 7. Under 10 minutes to go. Blitz coming in, and McNabb was forced to throw that wide of the mark. And that was Lamar Woodley rushing in.
Well, Donovan McNabb has taken some big hits today, too, after that 15-for-15 start. An unblocked linebacker coming, which happens when you play teams like the Steelers, Cowboys, Patriots that play the 3-4 defense. Every once in a while, an outside linebacker is going to come free.
Holmes back. And Rocca unload another one. It's a good one, too. Angle. Holmes stays away from it, and it goes out inside the 10. You talked about sometimes a punter could be an MVP. Your old teammate Sean Landeta has been in the booth for a visit today. You saw that a lot in his career.
He won a Super Bowl because of him. Championship game.
54 yards and out of bounds at the 6.
Beautiful.
Sav Rocca coming up big for the 2nd time in the quarter.
These terrorists, they do not want to negotiate. We're an easy target.
Why'd you come to me?
We need to get our own man inside.
What if we make it appear that there is another terrorist operation?
You're a devious SOB. I can make it look like anything.
Let's make it look like everything.
You're blown. I know you work for the agency.
Someone has betrayed me.
You're not safe here.
We're not safe anywhere.
Body of Lies from director Ridley Scott. Rated R.
All right, firefighters, settle down. How about the budget? And the taxes?
What page you left?
Anyone want better roads?
We do.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Done. A lot of paper to tell us we need clean water. Need clean water, guys? All right, this is the easiest job I've ever had. We're out of here.
Get work done now. Communicate in less than a second with rugged Nextel Direct Connect phones. Only on the Now Network.
Check.
Strength meets intelligence. The surprisingly efficient Ridgeline, built by Honda.
Discover Budweiser American Ale. Brewed with Cascade hops and caramel malted barley for a full-bodied taste. Surprised? Don't be. New Budweiser American Ale.
TV's #1 comedy returns. The 2.5 Men season premiere. CBS Monday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, Body of Lies, in theaters Friday, October 10th. And by Sprint. Get NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And the Steelers are pinned thanks to this man, Sav Rocca, one of the greatest goal kickers in the history of Australian rules football, who a year ago became the oldest rookie in NFL history. From the 6, the Steelers will lose more yardage. Willie Parker collides with Brian Dawkins, a loss of 2.
Brian Dawkins, what we hear this week here in Philadelphia. Too old, can't get it done. Not in the films I watch. Nice job on the outside, just blitzing. Blitzing is about spacing your defense, and it's about timing the snap count of the quarterback.
Willie Parker, 13 carries, 20 yards. 2nd and 12. On the toss, out to the 5. That's it for Davis. Gary Davis with his first rush of the season.
That time it was Quentin Michael that Other safety, Brian Dawkins on the first one. Now Michael makes the second tackle. Aggressive safeties with a blitzing defense. It's a good combination.
Only picked up first on third down 2 out of 10 times. And it's deafening as Jeff Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, applauds. Heath Miller lined up, flanking the quarterback to the left. Noel Moore on the right side of Roethlisberger. Will they get to him again? That's a pass. If it's ruled, well, they're still waiting. Is it going to be ruled a pass or a fumble?
After last week, they're going to wait.
Now there's a flag thrown like it's intentional grounding, which would be a safety.
That's what it is, intentional grounding. Trent Cole on the pressure. Looked like Roethlisberger was going to get out there, but once again, the speed of the defense doesn't allow him to make plays outside the pocket.
They call it intentional grounding. It's a 2-point safety.
Let's see if there was a receiver near the throw.
The ruling on the field is quarterback ball. There was no eligible player in the area. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. The play results in a safety.
There you go.
You know what? He was outside the pocket. The ball was deflected.
Tomlin's fuming.
Yeah, let's watch this.
And you're right.
He's outside the pocket.
Outside the hash marks.
The ball was deflected. Of course it didn't get past the line of scrimmage.
That was Trent Cole dragging him down. Is this something that can be challenged? Can Tomlin say, wait a minute, he was attempting a pass here?
Yes, it can be.
They're telling us now it's not reviewable, Phil, because it was ruled grounding.
Okay.
So they'll be punting from their own 20, and the score now 12-6.
And I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying this. It was deflected. So, well, he's down. Anyway, intentional grounding is not reviewable. But if they reviewed it, what they will find out, the football, his knee was on the ground even before he let the football go.
I saw Noel Moore at the end of that replay. The running back, he was in the area. Watch 21. 21.
Yeah, Roethlisberger sees him.
Here he is. That's who he's throwing it to right there. He's going to stand as a safety. Intentional grounding, they say, cannot be reviewed. So that's why Tomlin's so upset. Pointing out that Moore was in the area from the 27, the run back. That's Jackson. He got away, but not for long. Covered up by Anthony Madison.
Let's see if he's down, Jim, before he lets it go, even if they could have replayed this.
I think there was a good chance of that, but they didn't call that. I think you could say that his shin is down.
He's definitely down.
But they didn't call that on the field.
No, but you can call that in a replay if they wouldn't have called intentional grounding. Understand?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think Tomlin has any handle on that. I don't think he understands that could have been ruled a safety anyway if it had been under review, if it was, in fact, challengeable in the first place. Got a half quarter to go, and that Eagles defense continues to shine and increases that lead to 12-6. They'll go shotgun on first down. And they'll go long. Incomplete. Reggie Brown with McFadden on the coverage. Next Sunday, we've got regional action on CBS. Early, many will see the Browns and the Bengals. or the Broncos and Chiefs. Most of you will see the Chargers and the Raiders in that 4:05 Eastern time slot. It all begins, of course, with the NFL Today. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, and Coach Cower. The NFL Today at 12 noon Eastern time. I had a chance yesterday to visit with the first ever host of the NFL Today, the great man, Jack Whitaker.
Yes, that is awesome. Did he wear his hat?
One of the voices of Super Bowl I. Nope, not yesterday. 2nd down and 10. It's underneath. Greg Lewis. Gains 4. 3rd down coming up. Again, you keep saying, wait a minute, this Eagles defense is just impenetrable, but Pittsburgh is a play away.
Yes. That's what I keep saying. This Eagles offense, you look at it, you go, okay, try to use some clock, but they're a throwing football team. Their star running back is out. So they're going to put the game in the hands of Donovan McNabb. That's what you do. Let your best player win or lose it for you.
3rd down and 6. They seal the pocket. McNabb with the big toss. Wow. Polamalu lowers the boom, but Basket holds on for 12 yards and the 1st down.
Protection, time, space for the quarterback, and a strike. Just rips it across the middle. Right into the body of the receiver, so even the hit by Troy Polamalu cannot knock the football loose.
Basket with a career-high 8 grabs, undrafted and signed as a rookie free agent several years back, has shined mostly as a special teams player and a part-time receiver until this year. Buckhalter with a shake off a couple of hits, including one by Woodley, and gets the short gain of about 2.
You know, Jim, just talking to Donovan McNabb, it's 2 weeks in a row I've heard it from a quarterback, and it makes so much sense. He said, we've gone back to our basic offense, basic plays. And you know them so well. Brett Favre said the same thing last week. When you know them really well, you become very instinctive as a quarterback. And we've seen that a few times today. He's looking around the field, one to the right, to the middle, and just fires footballs to the left because he knows what the guys are going to do. He's done it 1,000 times.
Hines Ward hoping his team can stay within 1 score. McNabb trying to drive the Eagles. Looks down the middle and incomplete. Looking back at Greg Lewis. McFadden and Polamalu. Polamalu flying all over the field.
Safety, the Steelers defense, watch Troy Polamalu, 43, reading the quarterback. I got him deep, I got him short, and when in doubt, hit something.
For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Steelers and Eagles. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms with the call. Philly leading at 12-6. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety after the game, except on the West Coast. You'll get it at your normal time. 3rd down play on the way and a big one. 5:48 to go. 3rd and 9. McNabb's pass too high. And the Steelers will get the ball back. Looking for Jason Avant.
Coverage was there. As the game has gone along, the Steelers defense slowly has gotten more aggressive and it's gotten better in their pass coverage.
All right, what will Rocca do this time? His last 2 have been beauties. 64 yards and a 54-yarder out of bounds at the 6. And he's done it again. Look at this. Pins him at the 5. 37 yards, just the number they needed. Well, it's been a long time since Pittsburgh won in Philadelphia. You got to go back to the 60s. You love the uniforms, Phil. I know when you saw this last night. It was October of '65. The Steelers won the game 20-14. They picked off 4 Eagles passes, returning 1 for a touchdown. It was their only road win of the season. They've been here 8 times since and have not won in those 8 matchups since that victory in '65. These 2 teams that were expansion teams back in 1933 and once joined forces during World War II and became the Steagles for a season. 1st and 10. Time for Big Ben this time. And the pass is caught by Holmes. And they get out of that end zone area where it was so boisterous. Pick up the first with 11 yards.
It takes movement by Ben Roethlisberger. A really nice catch by Santonio Holmes. And a really good throw to get 10 yards. The Steelers have to protect, isolate whoever it is, Hines Ward or Santonio Holmes, and make the play that way.
We'll move inside of 5 minutes. And first down. Again, he's protected. Threatened to go long. Comes instead over to the side to Mendenhall. And the rookie can't hold on. Covered by Gaither. Let's go to New York for the update.
Jimmy Phil, what a game in Indianapolis. Trailing 20-14. Peyton Manning takes his squad 77 yards in a minute and 26 seconds. That is, Joseph Adai takes it across for the score. 21-20 Indianapolis with 25 seconds left in regulation. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Boy, thank you, JB. Peyton trying to lead his team back in the fourth quarter for the second straight week. And Jacksonville in danger of going to 0-3. Here it's a 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. Again underneath. Grab is made. And it's Mendenhall with a nifty move for a first down out near the 30. That picks up 11.
Boy, nice job by Ben Roethlisberger looking down the field. Can't find it. Look at his out receiver and watch the hitting at the end.
Trent Cole lost his helmet trying to rush the quarterback. He's had quite a day. One time trying to take the helmet off of Roethlisberger. Called for a face mask. First down and 10. Just breaking through, and no, he's not down. Roethlisberger able to unload it out of bounds. Omar Gaither almost got about a 15-yard sack. Big break for the Steelers. Ben able to shake it off and get away.
Yeah, what's amazing, once again, even with a running back staying in to help protect Roethlisberger, look at Gaither, comes in untouched. The big man you're trying to bring down.
Gaither's had quite an active afternoon, too. 2nd down and 10 with 3:46 remaining. Movement. Kemoyatu again on that left side. He moved a couple of times in that first
68,
half.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
These penalties are so big because of the situations it puts your offense in. If the defense was playing zone coverage and you had time and he could look people off and throw it, that's one thing. But when they're constantly pressuring you, you don't have time to let the receivers get down the field.
Have to get near the 39 for a first. A 2nd and 15. Roethlisberger able to pick it up. It slipped out of his hands and almost intercepted by Sheldon Brown. Wow.
That wow is right. And it looked like everybody kind of stopped as he drops his snap. No, he dropped it as he was getting ready to throw it.
Yep.
I was looking at the receivers down the field. Looks like I got a screen set up to Rashard Mendenhall. It's not going anywhere.
Hines Ward helped break that up, prevent the interception. Is it too early to think 4-down territory?
No. If you don't get this, you punt the football away.
Yep.
If you have the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts.
3rd down, 15. Ball knocked out of the hands of Roethlisberger. Looks like the Eagles have it. As Brian Dawkins, who knocked it out of Roethlisberger's hands, Philadelphia football, and it's Dawkins with the recovery.
Well, the pressure never stopped, and the Eagles never flinched. They didn't get nervous about the tight game. They just kept blitzing. And the Steelers, they got everybody in there to block. It doesn't matter. The will of the Eagles is just stronger than the Steelers today.
6-time Pro Bowler Brian Dawkins, who was hurt during the preseason, had an ankle injury. He had a neck injury last year. You were talking earlier about how everyone was saying, well, what about Dawkins?
Yes, because he gave up a couple passes last week against Dallas, and it gets everybody excited to know, hey, look, if I owned a football team, we won a game or think we might win it, I'd get excited too. Some things you don't have to worry about, though. I'm not going to own a team unless you give me some money.
You're pretty close, I would think. And on a running down, first down for about a yard. We got an update. James Brown has it in New York.
Jim and Phil, take a look. Josh Scobie with the valuable foot for Jacksonville, kicking a 51-yard field goal that is good for Jacksonville. 23-21, 4 seconds left in regulation in Indy. We'll keep you updated. Back to Jim and Phil.
Kickers.
That's what you call saving a season.
Oh, boy, Ben Roethlisberger now going in. It really has been, of course, we've said it many times, rough, but courageous too, Jim, to keep fighting the way he does and to play. But the hits, even for Ben Roethlisberger, too many.
Here they go in the end around with Jackson. Bounced out.
And he went out of bounds.
1 yard gain. Roethlisberger to the locker room. Byron Leftwich warming up on the Pittsburgh sideline.
Situational football. That you got to know that. You go over it so often. And Deshaun Jackson, he's a rookie, but you got it. Even in college, you know this. He tried to go out of bounds, but he waits till he's on the sideline. Inside of 5 minutes, when you run out of bounds, the clock stops, and now will not restart until the snap of the ball.
A 3rd and 8. Got to get to the 8 for the first down. Booker trying to get wide. Won't get to the first. Want to welcome those of you who saw Jacksonville's stunning win at the end on the Scobie field goal. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Philadelphia. We're going to see David Akers coming out for the Eagles in just a moment for what will be about a 31-yard field goal try to make it a 2-score differential. This has been just a series of punishing hits on Ben Roethlisberger, who had just been taken to the locker room. He was sacked 6 times in the second quarter alone. That's the only touchdown in the game was Buckhalter on a pass from McNabb. Even McNabb got hurt and missed some time, but came back. Westbrook injured an ankle in the first quarter and has not returned. So Roethlisberger's inside, Leftwich warming up for the Steelers, and Akers with a crucial kick out of Louisville, Kentucky, who actually raised in Lexington, was a 4-year caddy at Valhalla, where the United States won the Ryder Cup today. This a crucial 31-yarder for David Akers, and the kick is good. Makes it 15-6.
How about this game compared to Monday night? What a difference. This league, it can change so quickly. David Akers, he's about as close as you get to being automatic. And not perfect, but it's pretty close.
You know, you're right. This is a Philadelphia team that saw the Cowboys put up a 40 on them the other night. Got a short week to come back. They didn't really work out a lot in terms of, with pads. They were light workouts, trying to rely on the veterans to lead, though, through what has to be mentally a tough week.
Yeah, I said that early, Jim. I really believe you got to give the coaches credit. The game plan, so aggressive on both sides of the ball. That got the players into it. And it's just been physically, it's been fun to watch it, but it's been about as rough as I've seen a game in a long time.
Byron Leftwich, the former Jacksonville quarterback.
You know, Jim, it's one of those games where you stand on the sidelines, the backup quarterback, and I had it happen to me. The backups go, don't come out.
Yeah, stay in there. Well, you know, the backup should have been Charlie Batch, who broke his collarbone in the preseason against Philadelphia. Hit by the Eagles. Mendenhall. Take it up the middle to about the 27. Just 2:20 to go. That's a stunning win by Jacksonville. When you saw that they did not get in at 17-14, settled for a field goal with just outside 2 minutes to go, you said, watch, Peyton will lead them down the field, and they'll end up winning the game 21-20. They almost did.
Yeah, really. It's just, well.
And then, of course, Garrard leads them back down the field, and Scobie has to kick a long one on the road and delivers it.
I want to see the play selection, as we'll get to this real quick, of when they were going in to score. Did they play it safe? If they did, well, you know my thoughts about playing it safe. Sometimes you got to go out and try to win. Eagles probably will stop blitzing here for a few plays.
Leftwich. Pittsburgh's pass is complete to Nate Washington, who takes an Eagle with him for a couple of more yards. Asante Samuel riding them down.
They're up 2 scores, so they're going to play the clock as much as they play the Steeler offense here right now.
Not going to get another playoff before the 2-minute warning. Each team has had to use the backup quarterback today. 15-6 Eagles with 2 minutes to go.
This has to be perfect. It's got the line. It has a chance. Will it? Will it?
Something new to crave. The CR-V from Honda.
Fulfill your destiny, my apprentice.
Rated T for T.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Wake up, people! Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine. Stop it!
Hello, I'm a PC, and I've been made into a stereotype.
I'm a PC, and I wear a suit.
I'm a PC and I wear a suit.
I wore an airtight suit.
And I don't wear a suit.
And I don't wear tweed.
I'm a PC and I don't like tweed.
I'm a PC and I wear headbands.
I'm a PC, and this is where I work.
And these are my employees.
This is my cubicle.
Space was my office.
This is my office.
I'm a PC and this is my office.
Last May, one bullet changed everything. But if you're expecting a funeral...
With Kane dead, are you kidding me? Everybody get up! It's gonna be like the Wild Wild West.
We got an undershot ratio.
It's been somewhat close.
Only 142 yards allowed by the Eagles defense with 8 sacks. And Roethlisberger's coming back out. There was an injury to his right hand, they report. 2 minutes. Leftwich. Wide of Nate Washington. What happened here?
I think he got, yeah, grabbing his throat, so he got hit in the throat. Probably a pass rusher running by, reaching out to try to grab him.
It's going to be Trent Cole again.
Oh, yes. Right away, Byron Leftwich bends over.
Pittsburgh with 2 timeouts, but needs 2 scores. It's Heath Miller putting them in position here to do something. The 38-yard line. Gains 21.
You still have 2 timeouts. You need 2 scores.
That was the longest play of the day for Pittsburgh. 21 yards.
First time they made a play against the blitz, too.
Leftwich zips it again to Miller. Now, to the 22-yard line. Why now? Yeah, they're just not blitzing Leftwich like they were with
No, they blitzed last play. They sent them all, and it backfired for the first time all day long, and that scared them, and they backed off this past play. Not backed off. Still tight man-to-man coverage, a good route, and a good throw. That's what it was.
So Leftwich comes in, and there's movement for the Steelers for the first time in this half.
How about this? Heath Miller to the outside against Omar Gaither. Nice. Up the field, and at the last second, boom, he stops, and Leftwich is throwing right on rhythm to him.
They have one timeout after using one right here. With that right side for Roethlisberger, the shoulder that was not 100%, but close to 90, he told us. Now the right hand. They will be back home next week to host Baltimore, which is on its way to a 2-0 start. Cleveland's going to slump 0-3. Leftwich to the end zone for Washington. Trying to pull it down with one hand. Broken up by Samuel.
Good blocking for Byron Leftwich. Gets time, and knowing the situation, you need 2 scores. Goes deep, and what a play by Asante Samuel. Look at him. He raises his left hand as the receiver reaches up for the football. Good timing. No way you're going to catch it. He's reading the receiver's eyes and his hands, and he times it accordingly, knocks it away.
1:21 on the clock. Leftwich breathing some life into the Steelers here. Lands the feet and fires it. Washington gets away from the hit. Not the second one, though. He was brought down short of the first. He could have stepped out. That was Michael. After he was able to shake free, might have wanted to just dart out of bounds. They have to use their last timeout. Pittsburgh has its deepest penetration of the day. Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. It all begins with 60 Minutes, interviews with Senator McCain and Senator Obama. That's tonight on 60 Minutes. Back-to-back episodes of Cold Case and Criminal Minds. It's all tonight, coming your way on CBS. The Patriots streak ends. 21 regular season wins. The record ends. It had started. Well, the Miami Dolphins have been the last team to beat them in the regular season, and then today somehow Sperano gets his first win. It's not even close. Ronnie Brown throws for a touchdown and rushes for 4. The Bills were down 9 late in that game at home, and they're now 3-0.
Yeah, it was. Ronnie Brown, very unique package he ran today. Very clever. Dan Henning, coordinator of the Dolphins, it was fun to watch.
He feels the pressure now for the first time and is taken down.
Run your field goal team on the field and kick.
I know you love this play. I don't know why teams don't adhere to this.
The players are over there going kick the football. I see them making the motion.
You got to get 2 scores anyway, and it's 4th down.
Absolutely. You cannot make this mistake. You have to kick the field goal.
This is what we saw with Washington earlier in the season. A couple of weeks back against the Giants. Leftwich's throw is short, and the Eagles are going to win it. I don't get it. I just don't understand. When you know you need 2 scores, you're going to need a field goal. You're going to need to recover an onside kick.
It's a mistake. And I saw players making the motion, let's kick the field goal. And I asked the head coach this. Do the assistant coaches speak up and go, what do you think? Shouldn't we try the field goal to give ourselves a chance to win it? And Mike Tomlin, I'm sure, was aware of it and said, nope, we're going to go for the score.
The Steelers going to suffer their first loss of the season. They'll drop to 2-1. Eagles will have a record to match that.
I just don't agree with that decision, Jim. Not at all. I really don't. I've watched too much, was involved in too many of them. You kick the field goal. Always what? Prolong the game. Make the other team keep playing.
And it happens all the time. You see it so often. So a kneel down, and Philadelphia wins this hard-fought battle. What a day for the defense. What a day for their punter, Rocca. McNabb fighting through an injury. Westbrook will have to see that ankle injury. He missed the last 3 quarters here. 9 sacks in all by the Eagles defense, the second most ever under Andy Reid.
It's like watching a game back in the early 80s, wasn't it? Just where it was a slug out. And it was impressive in a lot of aspects for both teams, but shows you how much can change in 1 week.
Pretty impressive coming off that loss to Dallas. But you know, against one of their most heated rivals, they've now come back the last 6 years in the next game after playing the Cowboys on the road and won. They do it again today. On a record-breaking day for Donovan in terms of touchdown passes, the Eagles win it. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms saying so long. You've been watching the NFL.